G2 comp, obviously, yes, Baby Bay as well on the Neon. Had a real rough go of it. It's a tough ask to go up against Dombi when you're on the Neon, no matter who you are in the world. So a couple players that we're looking at really find some impact here, see if they could slow Nongshim's roll.
Exactly what they're looking to do. Some cheers from the stage. These players already fired up. It's going to be a full share of purchase here for Nongshim, wanting to have some oomph to this, but obviously are going to be working without the util. G2, though, looking decently prepared as they have this double stack ready to strike into mid. Slide across Leaf, playing this very cautiously, carefully, and absolutely annihilates them. 3 kills found, only X-Ross able to peel 1 back, and now Ivy, all of a sudden, the last one standing. 0 point not to connect for the swing out. He will be overwhelmed and taken down. Jogamo able to find the second kill as G2 find the opening pistol.
It's a good read. Just remembering and looking into the past that they don't check that angle. They don't check that quarter. And on top of that, I mean, Leaf, absolutely brilliant in those shots. That is not easy to do, even when you're offered the time. Full. That third one.
Clean, clean, clean. Big round win. Got to jumpstart things here for G2. Should be leading into a pretty easy 2-0 start for them. Good amount of firepower here as Baby Bay just looking to take this space outside of A main.
Only one bandit invested here for Nongshim. Ivy, who is a real menace on a lot of maps against G2 last time, faltered in their follow-up, but Baby Bay tuck right in side of RB's smoke, and they're kind of ready for it. They're at least going to spam him out of there, but didn't really take too much damage at all, so RB suffers quite a bit more.
They're down to 46. Space still looking to be taken, though. Dombi sliding out of that, through that wall, rather, and Valen will quickly dispatch him. Clinton ready to come through, Gravwell to try to hold Ivy in position. He can't quite make that bandit sing the same way, so does end up getting taken down. Pole position for a flawless retake here. RG2 as Baby Bay will be able to finish the job. It's sort of RB and X-Rolls just with the classic isn't able to find too much value there at that range. The last one will jump out. We'll stop it from being a flawless, but Trent, only one not really bringing a weapon into this outside of the Sheriff, so Diffuse to come in and G2 start things off hot.
Yeah, they're looking really well drilled right now. Some good reads on some timings. You can see there's a little bit of practice and preparation, anticipation of how Nongshim's going to want to time those lurks with Ivy. They had the Gravwell ready for it. So really just very solid understanding prep. It's tough to beat a team 2 times in one event. G2, very, very good. Comes to their practice and their ability to adapt. Baby Bay 3-0 already. Much better start than we saw the last time out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of a warm-up for him.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets one more kill, he's already halfway to his kill total from the last time they played on this map, so.
The chamber is a little bit different than Neon.
A little.
So there's some adjustments to be made. Quick little walk, clear down through elbow, and this should give G2 a lot of comfort and a lot of information that this is still going to be an A-side lean from Nongshim, especially as they do hear that drone. So players now starting to get in transit. Ivy trying to watch for that flank. Cuts him off for now. Valen just going to go getting inserted at double doors. Stop that Viper from being able to flank through. For now, though, site will be taken. The plant to come in. Drugs previously used, won't be able to find much of anything there, but Ivy not winning the fight. Leaf is able to take him down. Early advantages again for G2.
And Valen gets spammed up. The G2 maybe just going to have to try to play for a few exits here. We'll see, though. They've got an opportunity if they can find a pick.
Fragment out. X-Ross knows exactly where Jogamo is. Francis is able to find the one. The double swing is going to be coming in, but Jogamo not fast enough to find that punish. So X-Ross still going to be good for one before getting taken down, but it's still good damage found. Need to get onto this Diffuse ASAP if they want to have any chance of winning this one out. But Leaf now knows that it's going to be over, so we'll just get taken down. We'll see if he can find anything additional on the back of this, but he will not. 2 players surviving. Still good damage for G2, but Nongshim get on the board.
Yeah, so even though you're playing a bit of retake here, you know, one of the things the desk was talking about was how important it's going to be for G2 to not give up those easy A hits or just kind of have plans around it. You're playing for retake, very difficult against this Nongshim comp, in particular because of the Phoenix makes it really tricky sometimes when you're getting flashed, trying to clear a little bit of extra space towards those pyramids. It's going to be Exros with his ult coming into this fourth round. It's going to be the Outlaw there for Baby Bay. It's only two players who are one tap to it, RB and Ivy. So here's Baby Bay hoping to find that lurking player from the side of Nongshim, but actually they leave Francis here as the lurk, and he's kind of got his hands full. He can't really clear too much space. The recon goes pretty deep. He's just going to peel back. So Nongshim, I think, probably pretty aware. They have to try something a little bit different, but so much util here at the door. Lock can be absorbed.
Running back through. Ivy, however, going to be taken down. That snake bite from Leaf is able to find him. Kill to come in, ult to expire. Now Leaf just poking forward, finds RB. Down, be dead. Exros now needing the rescale forward, but as these walls fall, so too shall he. As Francis going to be able to find just the one more kill. Is wary about this flank, but can't really do anything about it. Jogamo has the jump, 5-1-1 on this KO, and 3-1 now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, really impressive stuff already from G2, showing that they're willing to contest that A main a little bit more and have good ideas on how to hold the B executes. That one there, you know, maybe just relying a little bit too much on the run it back that it can clear a lot of space. There's just so many smokes at the front of the site there, and Ivy just tries to disrespect the util, and maybe it was the decay, maybe it was a spam shot while he was walking through. That snake bite goes down to it, so you're back onto an eco.
Oh, quick shot. Domby trying to up the pace with Baby Bay. Absolutely denies it. Pumps the brakes for them, and Jogamo back up forward for another extra kill, but it will end up getting taken down. The weapon potentially to be grabbed. RB will be able to slink forward. Takes that Vandal into hand. Hurts away as the Nebula will fall, but fan out into mid. The drone looking to try to spot someone, and Ivy will give them a glimpse.
And they opt not to challenge him this time. Just going to instead split 2-2. Try to play it a little bit safer. See if maybe they can outlurk the lurker here. Get behind Ivy. It's going to have to group up. They need to make sure that this hit goes through, knowing that there's likely going to be two left at least on this A site. You don't have the brute force of Domby there to lead the charge.
It's a grab ball on the timing. It's well read by Valen. Baby Bay about to be under some pressure in this time. That no scope not going to be able to connect. Ivy barrel stuffing is able to find that headshot now. Can take that Outlaw into hand. Leaf, the only one that would be vulnerable to the one shot. Push forward though. It's going to be Trent taking that contact. Takes him down. No damage to be suffered. Two players to try to hold the line here for Nongshim. Get around back into their favor, but it's another kill for Leaf with a snake bite. He has the follow-up as well. He is on fire already. As G2 starting things off 4-1. It's ahead of the next buy. Some ults cycled in here for Nongshim. Do we see a timeout called?
I think they should. I think you're going to have to talk here pretty quickly about how you want to address this. Like, do you want to try to take some more aggressive A main fights? But G2's already shown that they're willing to contest that space, use some of their flashes to try to make sure that it's not just going to be a free run into the front of A. Instead, Silkanon gonna let this run down at least one more round to see if RB dial up the proper response. You do have a couple big ults here on both sides. No command for Jog. RB's ult and Francis's ult available. So see what the plan is behind that, but it's a similar 4-1.
The peek out. This is going to be a double face. Ivy gonna have his work cut out for him. This is a slide out. He's trying to split the difference. He's trying to take down Leaf before maybe they can plant his feet, but to no avail.
It's a nice check with the knife too before they make that move. Really smart stuff.
I knew that window was going to be clear as well. Again, that space going to be given up on A, taken by Nongshim, but now here comes the retake starting. As Reckoning not quite in the range of that null command, so is able to send out the wall. Downbeat, he's going to go chasing forward. Try to catch them off guard here, perhaps. Oh, tucked away. Re-swings. Jogamo will end up falling. The null command now expired, so no res to be had. Francis able to find Leaf. Trent peeling one back. Downbeat. Elimination, but Nongshim looking like they're finding their footing, and X-Ross starting to warm up a little bit more. Quick little transfer over to the side. Cleans up Fallon, as they will find their second round win.
Yeah, and this is one of these rounds where you can see just how oppressive it is to try to play retake against this comp. Yes, you have the comfort of having the Harbor ult to give you a little bit of extra space to get Dombi next to Orange, and that pays a lot of value there. Nice little start, though, to isolate Ivy, take him out of the round, give yourself that 5v4 advantage. Still, though, Nongshim very fearsome, and they're still going to be carrying over a bunch of ults. X-Ross into a second, run it back. Francis still holding on to the Hunter's Fury. Dombi into an overdrive. So you used one of yours last time. G2 can match with a lot of their ults, too. Pit available for Leaf.
Standing ahead.
Let's see if he's not in a position to drop it early, so happy to maybe think about it as a retake option. Still, G2
Poison's off.
giving up that front A space again. And Nongshim will just take this all day. I mean, they're so good at these A takes that they don't care if you know what they're doing. They'll just keep doing it. And very few have been able to really stop it consistently. But they see one there, and it's taking their time. They really aren't too sure. They're looking for some of those aggressive push-outs. Seen them a couple rounds now from G2, so being very cautious, making sure that Ivy's not in a position where he's going to get just dusted on his own.
Start the ready. Could just be the grab well, but no, will be tabled for now. As X-Ross sprinting around the back of side alongside Dombi, just scouting as much as he possibly can, but nothing to be seen. Nongshim know that they're, oh my god!
He
Safe enough to find the plant, but what in the hell is that?
The look on Valent's face.
I mean, yeah, he just got away with murder. Unbelievable. Hunter's Fury sent the blind there, but X-Ross to cover, keeps him protected for now as Jogamo strafing across that molly. Cleans up too. Francis now. That Hunter's Fury, a lot of weight going to be put on his shoulders with this one. Snake Bite sent previously. The fuse going to be interrupted. Jogamo down to 8. The bursts coming through, the hold to begin. Spray over to the one, and Ivy will connect on to all three. 4K for him in the round. Ivy was an absolute monster for Nongshim the last outing. Very quiet beginning, but that is a massive way to get right back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, you could really see the thought process from Nongshim in this round. It's make sure that nobody's going to be able to get those lurks really established. Why? So you have that Hunter's Fury, a safe position for it to cover that post plant. So, you know, Nongshim, a team that's well known for their, you know, pseudo W key style, right? They're going to come at you with Dombi, but they know how to slow it down. They know how to take a pause, and they know why and when to do it. RB's been around for a damn long time, so you best believe he's wise to some of the games. Dombi this time, slow creep up, but another flash at the ready.
Oh, there's going to be the exchange. Here's Dombi, hits the transfer. The cleanup too. Jogamo will be able to find a shutdown with that stinger. The weapon maybe a bit out of grasp. Wants to maybe try to recover that, but instead will end up falling to the wayside as Trent similarly going to be caught in mid. Ivy starting to get these lurks going as he scales forward and will be able to intercept Leaf as well. Back-to-back rounds here for Nongshim as they tie it up 4-4.
And this is what makes Dombi so scary. Yes, weaker buy for G2, I get it, but also he can just disrespect your util. They know he's coming and they still can't stop it. So maybe Rifle's there, it's a different story. But yeah, look at this. I mean, just ridiculous. Just sliding on in. No fear. Tough one. Yeah. I know G2 has to feel like they might have had a moment where if they could have killed Dombi there, maybe it could be a different round. Maybe you can get that Thrifty to go, but not meant to be. This go. Valen has a Cosmic Divide. Jogamo getting close to another null command.
With the op online as well for Baby Bay, but for the moment, I mean, it's being avoided. Nongshim have just forgotten that the B side exists.
Yes.
Tried to go for it the one time, and it didn't work. They say, okay, well, let's just keep hitting A over and over again.
If they change this to just a one-site map, Nongshim would be perfectly fine with it. Like, they would just be like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We agree. We agree. B-site, why? Who needs that? Although they might be rotating back this time because I think they figured out there's quite a heavy stack here again. And even though they've been able to best the 3-man stack at A at times, they're trying to make them think they went the other way. But G2 knows better. I'm a little bit worried about Baby Bay. Look where Ivy's gotten to. And they have no idea. They have no info on that. And I don't think there's any way that this drone sees him. Unless he goes like this.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're dead to rights. So that corner immediately going to fall. And now Nongshim are pushing into the stack. Domby going to be headshot on that push and jog him out. Right up in between the pyramids. Finds it. Push through, and it's going to be Jog coming away with 3. Shuts them all down on entry, and Nongshim not able to gain the lead for themselves.
Yeah, I really like G2's approach so far here on Breeze. And why? Because it plays a bit like how they used to play Breeze with the Harbor comp in that they throw all this util at the chokes, right? There's the flash, there's the shock dart, there's probably an Astra util in there sometimes as well. And then they're aggressively hitting you with a counterpunch while you're trying to make your execute. This is something I really liked that VALORANT used to do a lot with the Harbor, and now they've kind of got some new ideas as well baked into this to really shut down Nongshim. So finally, gonna have to make Nongshim consider other parts of the map.
No, it's all a ruse. It's all to try to make them think that they're going to be, make them think that they've rediscovered
surely
this section
time
of the map.
Knife only catches on Francis, but now you're seeing 2 guns. So now as G2, you should be like, okay, they're coming this way again, surely. Right? You have no info in mid, though. I mean, you have no idea.
You know, they've given up the space. That's why Trent's getting back over to Ness. Would suspect that he's going to be maybe trying to drone out of that position, but the strike is going to be coming in a hell of a lot faster than they can afford. So Ivy, curious how aggressively he wants to play this. Could go for a very deep backside pit. Will send this. Going to occupy a bit of space around Orange as well as the mid doors. Really just funneling all of G2 either onto a flank, which Francis is watching for, or just from the spawn. Stun will connect, but Jogamo going to be put down on the floor. The res can come in, and is. Valent's able to find that, but there's the backstab. Francis arriving out in the mid. He's able to find that kill. Now suddenly it's just Trent. Stuck within the smoke, pushes forward, finds Ivy, looks for a little bit more, but nothing more to go his way. 5-5, Nongshim, they will keep it neck and neck.
Yeah, so actually this does end up kind of working, but also G2 loses a bunch of information control on the map, trying to make these aggressive moves early, and Nongshim's able to take just a short pause to use it against them. Some really good back and forth in the shot calling right now. Really impressed with some of the adjustments being made. RB again finding another little micro change in some of their macro. Get the round win, but VALORANT's been good about counter-adjusting, putting in a lot of good prep for today. Baby Bay going to be on op duty in mid again, this time up from window.
Just when the spike started inching further up cannons. It'll drift back into the spawn.
Don't worry. Surely this time they'll buy it.
Ivy has to be wary.
It's a tough spot to be in for Baby Bay, though.
Oh. Lucky for Ivy. Go for a full speed swing, but Baby Bay immediately is pivoting over. That 0 point should have spotted out quite a bit, and VALORANT's done it again. This time will be counter spam. Fragment will fly to stop the flood. That smoke's down on either side, but also the reckoning out of the equation for Nongshim. I have to suspect that was going to be a big part of the plan to try to take this site.
Yeah, so Nongshim's going to try to send an extra player over with Ivy this time. Create the extra angle. May work a treat. He really wanted to get in there, but that was a really nice recon dart. It slowed him completely down. Couldn't clear it.
I mean, the overdrive's just gone now, but Ivy finds the timing through mid-doors. Jogamo gonna be struck down. Trent spotted, and he's just a hair off from being able to find Domby's head. 2v4, the operator in position, but given the weapon investment and the cash that G2 don't have, I think you just have to give this one up. Leaf is not coming to the rescue. He knows that this is going to be a save. Baby Bay's just trying to see if he can find a pick and then rotate out. If they find out where he is,
Oh, yeah.
I can see Domby sprinting right at him, so he will keep it quiet.
Go, go, go.
Drift away. Nongshim will gain the lead.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's still a similar answer for Nongshim
Gotta go.
in terms of mess around on the map a little bit, take a pause,
Outta here.
make them rethink their ideas, then eventually go back to A once you've kind of maybe confused them a little bit. But it's sending that extra layer over in towards mid. Not sure it was necessary. Ivy was actually pretty much on point there regardless. But, you know, Nongshim round around, making little micro adaptations, adjustments. Make it difficult for G2 here. G2 again tried to go for that choke point punch and lose Valen quickly. And they just don't have enough of a response. Again, able to slow down the overdrive, sure. There's so much more behind that Nongshim explosive entry power. Makes it really tough. Unless you are able to gum it up at the chokes like we've seen a couple times. This time around, maybe with that harbor smoke at the front of B. See if that causes any alarm bells. No, G2 holding the line.
There's the Reckoning. Leaf going to be blinded up, but still is able to find Domby. Exos with the turn to the side. Gets that kill. Blazewell now going to be situated. Molly into the Nebula just to try to make sure that everything is cleared out. Will just be drones exchanged.
Coming through.
Spike can be brought forward to be planted, but they're still taking their time with this one. Nongshim. These walls are only going to last so long. B still just checking on that backside corner. Goes for it now. Ooh. Francis to try to scale forward. X-Ross taken down. Baby Bay able to find the kill, but a quick peek and a quick kill. Francis finds the headshot, gets some more damage. Baby Bay down to a sliver. 5 health remaining on that Neon now. But Jogamo out from tunnel is able to find Francis. He's put himself on an island. Out of util now. Nongshim are just going to have to win this with the rifles. Jogamo spotting the one. RB trying to collect that elimination. Can't quite do it. Jump up over the half wall. Noise made. Trent knows exactly where he is. The swap of the guns to dive forward. The swing out. It's all to play distraction as Ivy from window will mow them down. Nongshim managed to make this a 7-5 half in their favor.
Yeah, showing they've got some legs on that B site too. Been a lot of A hits, but this one, we're able to get going. Even though it looked like maybe Leaf was just going to close the door on him, but X-Ross able to get the counter spam through the smoke to go. A little bit of a preview. This is the opening pistol where Leaf, pretty sick bandit play. And a good start here, and obviously a much better defender side than we saw last time.
Oh, for sure.
Because they didn't win a single round.
Yeah, I mean, there's a hell of a lot of improvements here for G2, but still curious about, you know, with this run back, with Nongshim continuing to just hit this A site over and over again, finding more and more success from it, and we didn't get to see a timeout call at all from Josh RT. Decided to just let it ride. Granted, from the defender's side, this isn't a bad scoreline.
Not at all.
But we need to see a really impactful attack now, if that's going to be justified.
It's got to be better than what we saw last time, because they only got 5 rounds on their attack side in the previous matchup. So, yes, I think from what I've seen on this defender side, I think from Josh's perspective, I'd be pretty confident that, hey, my boys are following the game plan pretty well. It seems like they have a pretty good read on their opponents for the most part. Yeah, some rounds in there maybe you'd like to have back for sure, but there is a sense of the game plan, and it seems like they're pretty locked in overall. So, sure, let it ride.
We'll see. G2 can find that second pistol here on the map, or if it's going to be Nongshim building up the streak even further.
Or maybe his timeout button's broken, you know.
Frantically slamming the damn thing. Hit it too hard, and now it's not working. So.
You can just blame Alex. It's the same coach's booth. It's him. It's his fault.
Clearly, for G2, a bit of comfort, but not going to be feeling relieved. You're not going to be feeling truly comfortable at all until you're through this series with the win.
Yeah.
Loser goes home. The winner will be advancing forward into the playoffs. Playing on the big stage.
I mean, if you can get this map to go, you got to be feeling real good about that sunset.
Oh, yeah.
Do not like the way that Nongshim played it. Do not like their agent comp on it. But we'll see. Maybe they made changes. I hope. My hope of hopes. See a little bit more consistency. Francis, clear the drone, and under a ton of pressure just says, nope, not even worth it. I got tagged by a dart. They're throwing stuff out. I'm out.
It's a gamble stack for Nongshim that is not going to find success. I mean, should have known G2 was just going to look at the playbook from Nongshim and say, yeah, hitting A seems pretty good. Here at shop, there's VRFOS going to be overwhelmed outside of bridge. Fallon cleans up downbeat. Now 3 players versus 4.
Oh my God.
Francis looking for a timing, but Trent, he's not ready for him to also swing up towards bridge. And now they're completely surrounded. Fighting on multiple fronts, but Fallon has the backstab opportunity. Ivy will fall on RB, now has to do it all. G2 looking well slated here to get themselves right back into this to tie things up. At 7-7, if they can just close out a clean anti-eco.
Whoa.
It's a solid tap there from RB, but it's a matter of time before one of the players will find him. It's going to be Trent, as G2 now just 1 round away.
All right, giving themselves a real shot in this map. Love the aggressive post plant play from them. A very different look to G2 here today, and a lot of different ideas. They're being much more proactive on the map, and that's really catching Nongshim off guard at times. You know, 2 players coming up towards bridge there, absolutely unexpected. You wouldn't think, you know, maybe they'll send 1. 2 like that, especially a G2. I think, you know, they're a team that likes to play that fundamental set up crossfires on the site, you know, post-plant style. Here today, come to match firepower with firepower, and I am all about it.
Here.
This time, gamble stack on to A, looking to be correct for now. Trent maybe with a... Right now, I mean, Leaf maybe with a minor spot out here onto Ivy. And now has it fully confirmed.
Ivy by this time, no. Actually, RB's got a ghost.
Yeah, the only one.
Yeah.
Everybody else just with classics. And G2, they're going to look to explore elsewhere, at least fake back for a brief little moment. Sure that there's no deep flank through mid. Leaf starting to stray away. Join in with the rest of the team.
I feel like that dart and response should make you change directions here.
Stun out on VRFOS, but got the cove situated. Pushes forward. A couple right clicks going to be sent out. They know that somebody's going to be playing up close. 40 seconds remaining. It looks like that's going to be the pivot call now for G2. Rerouting over to B, where for the moment it's still just Ivy alone. Down being the walkout in the mid. Immediately going to be dispatched as Leaf finds that kill. And they say, well, we got one here, so let's just go right back into A. Defensive hold going to be significantly weaker. As VRFOS, he didn't check to the side. He was ready to try to shut down the crunch from mid, and he ends up getting caught by Baby Bay. He should have been able to have that kill for free. That would have been a Bulldog scooped up off the corpse. Absolutely misses the opportunity, and now it's just Ivy to try to see if he can get any additional damage. Basically needs 2 kills. That just feels very unlikely.
No, it's pretty difficult. Gonna try to tuck in and die to the spike. Nice little mid-round here from G2. Kind of almost walked into the trap, but Nongshim pulled the trigger on it just a little bit too soon. I think they actually could have had G2 dead to rights if they wait for just a little bit longer, or at least done a lot of damage to them. And instead, they were just a little bit too trigger happy. That gave G2 enough time there for that mid-round to move in towards double doors. But as Valen, I'm probably going, ooh, I almost sent the boys into the grinder. So let's try something a little bit different, maybe. Like to see
Heading to the above.
toy with some different ideas. Now, Nongshim's strategy here today continues to be gamble stack.
Just stack up.
Just gamble.
Going for it again. Maybe a push in the mid. Flash out, but now the lean back over to A, where it's just RB alone.
Boys, we're in Paris, not Monaco.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going for here. Throwing the check. G2 free to scale. Swing of the elbow. Nothing there. No one home. Nongshim now getting ready to have the bad news. Hear the sprint forward from Baby Bang, and RB just has to try to stay tucked back.
It's got to be full retake now. And I mean, yeah, you've got 4 coming from spawn that you may be able to just kind of.
Trent hears all this.
Yeah. That's so many footsteps.
Oh.
What a read.
Will stun him up, and Downby with the slide in is able to find that kill. Wise to that.
I'm out of here.
Meanwhile, RB was still able to find an elimination as well. Turns to the side, Baby Bang trying to barrel stuff, but RB still comes away with another before finally getting taken down. Curveball fully connecting with a swing a little bit late. Jogamo covering fire, keeping his ig.al protected, at least for the moment, as Jogamo gets this into a 1v1. Ivy sprinting, tapping, the swing coming in, and Jogamo does it again! The 4K to take them back into the lead and convert the bonus. G2 looking significantly improved on Breeze.
Oh, and a huge glow up on the KO for Jog. His flashes have been really, really good, but the gunplay has been even better today for him. He looks so comfy on the KO.
I mean, at its peak, it's a 2v5. It's just Valen and Jaw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bales
I thought
out.
the round was done.
17, 9, and 5. Looking untouchable right now on this KO. And G2, they want to try to up the pace. Not going to go for the more precautionary play against the Thrifty. That could have cost them everything, but Trent barely able to stabilize and take down Dambi. RB had been tagged up, but that's going to be a couple weapons now recoverable. At least the one passed over. Trying to assess where they want this to go. They will leave it in the hands of Extros after all.
Kind of a weird post plant for G2 because they have to go fanning out, looking into spawn to see if anybody's out there before they could turn their attention back towards the site. Turns out that's where all of Nongshim is.
The Reckoning's going to be committed to this. It's not going to connect on anyone here. Balance position now known off the drone. Cosmic Divide going to be called in, and Ivy dead moments before that wall gets lifted up.
Oh, Leaf.
Leaf on this backstab could be monstrous. Jump through. Valen just dancing around this. He's able to find Francis in there. Leaf now can strike. X-Ross hearing the footsteps, but know that this is going to be over. Takes down Jogamo, but nothing more to be found. Looked like it was going to be the Thrifty confirmed, but G2 still stabilized. One player surviving. They're still now up 9-7.
This is a very different G2 in a lot of ways. They're being so aggressive post-plant, willing to take some risks, willing to make fast counter moves. Now this time Nongshim on this eco does something that you see all the time. Turns up the tempo, tries to go for the big swarm. Nongshim actually going to take a timeout. Finally, someone does. It's getting a little too out of hand. You're coming into a big buy as well. You're potentially going to have that operator for Dambi. So some things that certainly Silkenon wants to talk about, and I imagine this is probably something like, yo, let's go back to the game plan here, guys, with how we usually play our defender side. Let's, keep maybe Dambi mid, have him take some control, split it up 2-2, Viper front of B, everybody else over towards A, and maybe somewhere a floating player out there like Francis.
One of the things that they've started leaning into more with Dambi in particular is using that operator, but they've not gone for it yet, and they also haven't had very many opportunities to try to get one online.
No. I think it still isn't fully comfortable for them and for him. I mean, as good as he was with it the other day, it's still not something he's...
Well, I mentioned it. They have it now.
Yeah. I figured it'd be coming here in this round. But I think it's hard on the attacker side, too. Like, you want Dambi to just be getting in their faces.
Oh, on that side, sure.
Yeah. But here, this is the first time they've had money for it.
Let's see if he's going to be able to find value, because for now, G2 completely avoiding it. They are going to go into the heavier stack side of this map.
Like some of this from G2, they've thrown up a bunch of smokes in mid to try to deny info over to Nongshim, but Nongshim went 3-2 from the get-go.
Oh, well. Hell of a shot from Francis to start things off. Shuts down Baby Bay right as the null command comes through. To clear a neutral win as Francis going to be further spotted out. Fragment over to backside. Another going to be layered in. For those flashes at back pillar, Ivy and hold his own, but Exros getting the spot out, relays that over immediately, and Domby will be able to find value, catches Leaf on that deep lurk. G2 for now, looking to be held at bay, especially as RB does that. Cleans him up. It's just Exros. Killed through the ult. Still on board for a flawless, which would be a huge way to jumpstart their economy. Get them back into this game, and yep, RB will be able to find the third and final. So flawless round confirmed. Nongshim, once again, just one round behind G2.
Yeah, the op really doesn't mean much in this round. It's more that Nongshim just sticks to their early round read, the 3-2 setup, and a really nice opening shot from Francis to take down Baby Bay. That's so much of that entry power denied. You need that Neon on these executes. And to have him just be instantly headshot, that slows you down so much because you know that Snakebite and some of the other utils is going to be following. And it's just going to be so much harder for you to make entry. You're only running the single duelist. As G2, Nongshim runs double. They have like an extra layer if they lose one of those two. As you as G2 don't really have the same comfort. We're going to try again, though, a little bit faster this time.
Two players on the side of the side to drop them from Baby Bay. Going to be spotted here as Francis will fall. Leaf able to find that opening kill. G2 trying to make this happen, but RB swoops around from behind, is able to find one.
Oh.
Exros dead, leaves RB all alone now. A 1v3. 6 bullets remaining. Now down to 5. G2 trying to find the timing on that catch. He managed to make it happen. Gets the reload and swing out. Valen has the headshot. G2 get a thrifty, staving off Nongshim once again as they reach double digits.
This is all Valen for me, and it's the play call at the beginning of the round. We're just going to turn up the tempo. They're not going to be ready for the fast B hit. It's the last thing they're going to expect based on all the conditioning we've shown so far. It's like we're either going A or we're doing a delayed hit B. This time, they just turn on the jets. Well, sort of. They go in there quick, I should say. Get some space, have a good flash to clear the back of that space. RB almost plays spoiler.
Oh boy, this is a glass cannon and Dammy's about to peek in the mid.
Well,
all of G2 are there, and he cannot find the shot. Jogomo taking him down. Baby Bay, however, not going to be clearing the corner. Suspecting that op is going to be playing alone. Curveball out, but Jogomo just dances back up behind the door. Is able to dodge that out. Francis will have it on the trade with that Hunter's Fury. Meanwhile, Ivy under the cannons. Valen going to be taken down, and so far the crunch looks decent, but then they overstep. RB's pushing past his own wall.
a tough read now for G2. Cleared so many players here. Like, is this actually free? It is not.
Francis needs to win that one. He's going to win them both. Leaf and Trent will get taken down. The op can be recovered, and Nongshim will spare their blushes a bit. It still ended up being a bit of a nail-biter for them, but they scraped by with the round win. We're one away from tying it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think doubling down on the fast pace makes a lot of sense because you take down that operator so quick, but then Baby Bay doesn't fully clear the corner. I think there's a little bit of confusion because of that. He checked it, but he didn't look far enough to his right to really confirm. That cost them quite a bit in that round. Baby Bay will cut funds for that overdrive. I'm going to mention he picked it up in the previous round. Well, he's just going to dive on in.
Sending it out. Not spotting anything. Francis sends out a shot. Might have been a bit of a misclick there either way. It's a drone and will have that Neon rerouted. Meanwhile, Ivy trying to hold forward with a full blind. Going to be connecting as he backpedals away. Gets that snake bite out. But still going to be 2 kills going over to G2. RB only able to find Valen. But Ivy again looking to try to refill this space. Catches Trent. Can he find Baby Bay? No, he cannot. That elimination to come through. The overdrive. Tomby just trying to run him down. His peek from window could be everything, but Baby Bay just turns back, plants his feet, and holds his own.
Huge shot there from Baby Bay. Very well, may have saved the round.
I think if you're G2, messing the pit here even might be good enough to go for. You still are going to have 3 more ultimates to work with going into the next round.
Yeah, I think it's pretty worth it. They're just so scared. They have no idea where Exros went.
I mean, I don't know if they've seen him at all. He's got a full util.
No, I don't. I think he was on the other side of the map the whole time.
He's going to be looking for a backstab. Can spot out any of these players in transit towards A. Didn't used to think this is going to be B.
I mean, I think you have to pit, most importantly, because you don't know where he is. Give you that extra layer of safety. Beautiful. Love it.
Yep, and they also gamble on the right side of the pillar. Backside plant. Try to make this nigh impossible for X-Ross. Really now he has a bit of a quandary. You just save the op. You try to play it out. He's going to try to play this. Try peek at the corner. Finds the first. Gets the fadeaway shot! What is that? What a monster! What a hero for Nongshim! As X-Ross wins an ungodly clutch to tie it at 10-10.
That is unbelievable. The youngster for Nongshim absolutely crushing G2 there in that moment. They had a real chance. This is a nice little execute, able to get that extra little off angle created. You know, Baby Bay swinging in from mid opens up a lot of space.
Oh.
It's going to drag a gun. I mean, just disgusting. Just disgusting. I don't know how I feel about leaving the pit there, but I mean, he did hit a crazy good shot. You have to kind of tip your cap on that one.
Now that is just unbelievable. So into the immediate timeout call. A round like that, it could be just soul-crushing if you're G2. Because, yeah, you leave the pit, but you're playing it in those circumstances as well as you can. You're double-stacking the angle and making sure that you're not giving him really, I mean, what you think is going to be, you know, a 1v1.
Right.
You're playing against that, but somehow, some way, X-Ross, he manages to separate him.
Yeah, I mean, they just hit that timing where they're close enough to the corner that he can isolate that fight. And so it's just, yeah, it's tough. That's, you know, when you take a risk like that, you think you're going to catch your opponent off guard, but maybe just took a little bit too long. I think they maybe expected X-Ross to be to the site a little bit faster, in fact, and that they maybe could catch him, like, as that pit is dropping, him trying to scramble to figure things out. Goes that no command for Jogamo. He's in mid. He's just kind of standing there.
Menacingly.
Yeah. Real scary. I'm scared.
Cosmic Divide now to be called in. Dambi just has to backpedal, give up the space, give up the sight. 5v5 retake attempt, and Trent should be able to get into a disconnected position to utilize his Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, this should be a tough round here for Nongshim.
Leaf just on the other side of this, ready to try to find the jump here. Ivy, however, still pushing forward.
Oh, boy.
And Leaf not spotting him at all. This is now a huge backstab opportunity for Ivy. I'm just going to be quickly cleared out. It's under the side, Baby Bay rerouting. Ivy still circling closer and closer to these players over at main. Valen, however, still going to be able to find one. Francis going to be taken down. Leaf watching for this flank. Meanwhile, the rest of the team still profiting on the front lines. Ivy can find the one, but now he's all alone. Nothing more to do. Rotates out to try to hold on to this gun. Jogamo will fall to his hand, but G2 win the round, regain the lead.
Well, this is exactly one of the rounds that you love to see from G2. I talked about it earlier. Just that traditional on-site crossfire setup post plant. Yes, they're watching for the late lurk and things like that, so they're hanging some players out in their spawn a little bit longer to linger. But that is so well executed, and Jog continues to thrive. 25 and 15 on the KO. Huge glow up for him today. The difference maker right now here for G2 for sure. And you've put Nongshim on another week bye. It's going to be one rifle in Ivy's hands. He keeps it over. Or two, since X-Ross has a Guardian. They're going to go for a three-man slow creep out of A main. Two towards mid. G2 curious about where exactly Nongshim's going to try to cheat on the map a little bit to take space, and they don't see it over at elbow, but a quick pivot. Sure. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that drone saw Ivy.
Still deadly. Still a lot of work to do. Recon to backside, and Jogamo is silently crept forward. They have no idea that he's made it this deep, and now they find out in the worst way possible. Quick little shot, but Ivy quick to trade it back. Finds that kill, still operating alone, though, and it's going to be Trent. Run of sight take him down. I don't think he got the confirmation on Leaf as well in mid. Going to be down to X-Ross, who's about to swing this corner with the peek in towards elbow. Just trying to be so cognizant of too many angles. Leaf will strike, swing around the back. Domby able to find that kill, gets it back into a 2v2, but they're just so outgunned. Melee bolt chucked in, push into the fast lane, making sure that he is not scaling forward. All this to try to play in RB, but Trent watching, has him covered, and Trent will get them over the line.
Not ready yet.
A 3K for the Sova, 12-10. G2 just need one more to take down Nongshim on Nongshim's map pick.
The thing I love about G2 is that they always give you a different look, round over round. It's so rare that you're going to see them kind of do the same thing twice and a half, unless, you know, they've conditioned their opponent that they can double down on that. This one, a quick check up elbow, and then a push in towards the front of B. Almost, though, Ivy goes crazy. He got unspotted by the Sova utility initially, but that allowed Jogamo to sneak in the back. Ivy this time says, okay, I'm kind of sick of you guys doing this on my site. This is a Viper's Pit for you. Do what you want, but for now, G2's looking, again, for more aggression from Nongshim, looking for that scaling. Want to be better safe than sorry here in this round. Anything really on the map is Star over at double doors in mid, right in front of X-Ross there. That doesn't tell you much. They're pretty much going to perma put that smoke down. I think the poison cloud is in mid too there, potentially.
Scanning ahead.
Trent, what was the dart? You're not going to get any contact off of that. So Leaf can at least hold the line here. Now you can start to establish your presence a little bit as G2. Take a little bit of map control, start to work things out.
Oh.
What a pick for Danby, though.
Yeah, long range with that Phantom. Took a couple bursts, but eventually he's able to find that. Open now situated RB. Like in front of the Viper wall, trying to see if he can spot out anything at the same time. This drone forward into the pit. He's trying to sell a bit of a fake. RB trying to find that timing, but he just cannot find the shot. Jogamo again, the 1-2 deliver. Noise is being heard, and Ivy's going to be outdone. Trent never rotated. Stayed stagnant at Dami now. Taken out of the equation. X-Ross and Francis having to do it all in a 2v4. Now, the 1v4. X-Ross. His work cut out for him. He finds the first. Util is still. An all command will expire. But on the swing, Valen takes the fight and takes his life. 13-10. A massive rebound. G2. They did their homework. They were prepared for Nongshim to go back to Breeze.
And it's really on that defense. There wasn't much that Nongshim had in the bag with their previous comp that could keep the Sky off balance, that could, you know, kind of have a counter punch against the Sky Flashes when they're coming your way. Now you've got that breach to allow for that fault line. You've got the fade that you could throw some prowlers out, throw a haunt out to slow down G2 behind that Sky util. So a lot to keep in mind. Pretty aggressive here. Off the rip, Domby though, let's take a little bit of a pause, and they're going to be diligent about clearing some of these corners. Smoke from Valen. G2 does give them a little bit of space, allowing Baby Bay to push forward, but I think he heard or spotted Ivy, one of the two, as he's on the hunt.
Quick slide forward into the A site. Widely empty here from G2. Paranoia going to be sent through. Interrupting that plant for now. Baby Bay trying to note and get that kill on Ivy on that flank. Will take him down to 9 HP, but cannot finish the job. Ivy moves over to safety. Ivy now can slowly start to rescale. Get this space back, but how much impact is he going to be able to have is the question. Has that ghost for the team? For now, it's a hell of a lot of poke and prod, looking for some kills, but Dami will be the first one to fall. Francis shortly thereafter, but RB rushing forward, classic in hand, is able to find two. Ivy now swinging around the back as it's just Baby Bay remaining. 2 bullets in the headhunter, and he cannot get the classic out fast enough. A 4K for RB will get the pistol win for Nongshim.
Yeah, RB just sending it in there. Just going for the right clicks. As well, if there's going to be a lot of smokes on site, I'm going to just see if I can use that to my advantage. That is exactly what happened. It was very, very nice from him. Some good ideas from G2 here, but the fact that Babybay not able to get that kill onto Ivy leaves him at 9 HP. Means that he has to wrap all the way back in through Link instead of trying to come through their spawn or something like that to keep Nongshim guessing a little bit more. Goes for the early shot, does not connect. Flash there, make it a little bit more difficult for him. And away we go. Nongshim should have somewhat easy access to the site, but actually something's got them thinking otherwise.
Clear that trip. Ivy now to scale forward. Will miss his timing on Leaf. Just now slotted into market. Always going to be heard all around as Valorant will get taken down. Trent trying to send out that Sky Flash, and it's just all to play Leap in. Gets that backstab. The Marshal now going to be recovered. Taking into hand, but Spike is planted. Pot shots flying through. Nongshim need this one to be clean. They could not do in that previous map. He's just riding in alongside the smoke. X-Ross able to find one. Jogamo going to be struck down on that approach in domain. Time starting to tick away as Downbeat will be able to find the two at the back of sight. Francis cleans up Leaf, so about as clean as it can get. Marshall going to be carried over. All the key weaponry retained. Nongshim find the 2-0 start.
Yeah, they're able to eventually suss out the correct read. Sure, there's the Sky Flash in the mid. Gets you the kill. That's really all there was there for G2. We're looking to maybe get that early headhunter kill and try to use that to scale into some success. Let Babybay go for those quick one-and-done peaks. Just wasn't able to connect really, but it's that early util from Nongshim that keeps him a little bit off balance, makes him maybe pull the trigger a little bit sooner than he'd like. Only gonna have one bullet in the headhunter here. Got the outlaw though.
Oh, fully blinded up. Stuck behind that box, and Downbeat able to wall bang him down. The shot from Babybay not going to be connecting as Downbeat's able to find a second. Trent going to be eliminated now. Ground into the corner, trying to hold his own. The right click will get some damage, but it's far from a kill. Nongshim are everywhere they need to be, as they will be converting this bonus. 3-0 start for them on Sunset. Perhaps this just means both teams took their time to prep for their opponent's map picks, suspecting that this draft was going to end up being very similar to the previous.
I think you're exactly right. Fully agree. Leaf trying to skirt between Nongshim players. Very precarious position.
At US, hearing all of this noise that Downbeat is making, and he should have Ivy falling into his trap. Takes a quick little second to readjust now. Turns his sights back over and catches Downbeat in midair. Good damage found from Leaf, but still a bonus converted for Nongshim as they start building up this economy.
I wouldn't be too surprised if Josh rips a timeout here, or very soon. You got to talk about some of these setups and how they have counters to maybe some of the set plays you have where they didn't before, right? They've got flashes, they've got the breach in there this time, so that quick hit that Jogamo wants to make there, that slide behind the box outside of B main, isn't going to work this time because there's so much they can actually throw back at you, whereas before they didn't have nearly as much. They had like a paranoia. There wasn't much.
Looks like for now we'll just be tabling it until the next rifle buy. Now a bit of a third attempt with that carried over Hero Vandal in the hands of Leaf. One charge away from having that res online. As Ivy's going to be spotted nice and early. Jumps back across in the tiles to safety. Meanwhile, the exec getting ready to come through on the A site. Allen going to be forced away. Pop Flash going to be sent in. They try to hound down Downbeat, and they will be able to do so. Leaf onto the one Trent with another. X-Ross is dead, and RB can only find one. Jogamo picks up the Phantom, puts it to use, and it's a thrifty for G2 to get their first round win. And if you're Josh RT, if you were considering that timeout, you're not doing it anymore.
Nope, definitely not. Nope, don't need to. They just had to be a little bit patient. Play for the retake, get a great flash to go, a good paranoia there too. Hitting them from both sides there are G2. Really nice. I mean, Nongshim never even had a chance to react. Francis had a Rolling Thunder, no opportunity to use it. They just get smothered out of that round. It's kind of curious if Babybay was going to go for the op here. Had enough money for it. Opts to just hang on to the rifle for now. Since he had been cutting funds, I've been keeping track of his headhunter bullets. That's what kind of had my interest peaked. Still only at 2, but was for the Phantom this round. Maybe just since he scooped a gun up off the ground. They pass one over. Oh, RB though through the smoke.
I'll give it a bit of a freebie there. Trent dead. He was one of the big reasons why they were able to get that thrifty over across the board with that pop flash through the smoke. Not going to be the safest res ever, but still are going to be going for this one as Relay Bolt's going to be sent through, and Jogamo sliding across. Does manage to take down RB, but the trade is going to be there. We're back into a 4v4 as the Rolling Thunder will crash across, connecting on the 2, but the wall has them contained. Flash out, Dombey widely avoiding that, turns back, and how was Valen not gotten that kill? Should have had him absolutely screwed, but the cleanup is still looking decent. Leaf and Trent trying to pilot this one together. Trent able to find that elimination. Ivy now getting ready to swing, striking, and knocks them both out.
You forget.
It is a clutch for Nongshim to maintain a 3-round lead.
There's actually so much to talk about in this round, but it all happened so fast. There's the Rolling Thunder, there's the res, there's the cover of the res with the neon slide, there's the wall from Leaf to block in this entry to set G2 up for a potential last-minute defuse, but it's a wrong guess on which way Ivy had gone. They just assumed he had wrapped back to Link, but he actually was just staying behind A the whole time. Tough to read in that situation, but nicely done by Ivy there. Be patient, wait for his moment to strike. Zombie flashed up, doesn't want to continue there. Trent, that Prowler, let's see if he wants to keep reconfirming with the dog. He's going to see a lot if he does. High-low setup.
Couple shots out, gives Dombey some pause.
Cage trigger.
Slows it down for now, and Ivy just trying to cause some disruptions in mid.
And because of Baby Bay's op, you can lean your strong side into A now. This is really comfortable for G2. A-site simulator all over again. Seekers. Yeah, oh, you know. Just don't clear them. Extra.
It's a decent amount of information.
They're yours.
Meanwhile, Valen on the scale forward is able to find Francis. Spike on the floor, but Dombey still sliding in, is able to find one. Forces the reposition from Valen.
It's a beautiful relay ball.
Being out, oh, Hat's going to be spotted, and there's a strike. Jogamo intercepting Ivy as he tries to enact that flank. Dombey, however, slow approach, pop flash, confirming his presence, and Valen has the counter swing. Meanwhile, Plant is going to be coming through. RB is all alone, and Exros needs to win that fight, and he does. Allows them to maybe try to get into safety, but oh, well, we're going to be spotted, but it's still into the open, so it's an easy kill for Baby Bay to find, and now they know exactly where Exros is at. The swing, not even going to be allowed to get started. Baby Bay will just pre-fire it. It finds that kill, and G2 find themselves a second round.
Yeah, this is exactly how G2 wants to draw up their defense. You get into that op with Baby Bay. He locks down B-site pretty much by himself. Then you can lean the rest of the players to the other side. You get the confirmation with the Sky util there. Even though Dombey almost gets away with 2, doesn't quite. They're still able to keep him contained outside of A. Then you're able to spread your wings on the map a little bit. Dombey will have that overdrive. So does Jog. Finger there for Dombey, though. And accoutrement of pistols for Nongshim, though. Pretty similar thoughts here early. Little bit of extra help towards B this round, though. They want to put Leaf over there, sensing that Nongshim might try a different setup, and they are correct.
Can they break the op? Sprint in. Baby Bay going to be good for the kill. Makes his exit. Leaf posted up on top of 10 spot. Here at Market will drop back. They'll be eating a bit of that paranoia here. Now RBs goes out. Saves him off. Tries to go for a quick little cheeky reposition, but Valen able to find the kills. RB will get taken down at backside. This should be so very favored for G2, especially as Valen does that. Francis can't find a damn thing. And some of it the heals, but frankly, none of the players in G2 really ever feeling like they were truly in any peril. All surviving with quite a bit of health. They will deny a thrifty attempt. They get it flawlessly done. Now they're one away from trying to tie things up.
You know, what's funny is in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you know, Valen doesn't have a smoke. That's kind of a tricky crossfire. You might lose a couple players here as G2. And then he just shows up with the Phantom and answers the problem. Just absolutely great stuff from him. G2, again, getting into that op, so crucial on this defender side to start locking rounds down.
There.
Now they're going to reposition Baby Bay a little bit. Move him in towards mid. Nongshim maybe kind of sensing that. A big stack. Door shut, but he has the rendezvous.
Taking the top mid. Could even go for a re-peek from there. But will still get rewarded. Peek out from RP. Just enough shoulder.
Here.
Prowler didn't catch him. They went and thought that maybe they could do a little bit of peeking.
Well, Ivy also had eaten some damage. Swing out. Jogama trying to get that readjustment, but Tabby will eventually find him.
Was ambitious. The tough one. Tried to catch him off guard.
Cage triggered.
Jog is as Jog does.
Yeah, sometimes great. That right there, just a little bit off.
Unless Ivy jump peeks this. Hops over the crosshair. I don't think he's going to be getting away with it, but oh no, fast swings it and
Wow.
absolutely destroys Baby Bay.
I think Baby Bay hit him. It's just so much of the box ate through that. Unless he'd taken damage somewhere else.
Yeah, I think he had eaten it from Leaf before.
Oh, okay.
Just not quite on the mark with it, but two players quickly in position. Valen and Trent trying to get this retake going. As Overdrive is going to be popped, sliding to the back. It's going to be X-Ross collecting the first. Trent able to find two, but now Leaf going to be noted. The camera set up from Ivy. Spotting him out on this approach. And against that quandary, you let this round go over to Nongshim. Go back, recover the operator. Do you try to play this out? A caliber of Leafs player, the player of Leafs caliber, absolutely possible of making this one work. He's gonna have to find them pretty damn soon. Now knows where they all are. Ring around the rosy here with Francis. Running low on bullets, so just 4 remaining left in this mag. The time being played. He's out. And that will be the round going over to Nongshim. Francis just dancing on him. Nongshim will maintain the lead.
Yeah, even though the initial mid pressure that Nongshim tries to create feels like it's going to be a round ender in itself. I mean, you lose RB, you lose that Omen so early, but they're just so good individually, and Jog kind of goes for a risky play. And then Ivy wins that big 1v1 up against Baby Bay's op in top mid. That really opens up the map. So kind of one of those rounds that comes down to individual play. Nongshim able to get ahead in that regard in a lot of those categories. So G2 now taking a bit of a timeout. I think maybe want to readdress a few things. I think maybe talking about some of that mid control potentially, but honestly, I think they have a pretty decent idea. It's just a tough moment there for Baby Bay. Ivy just swings wide and instantly spams him through the box.
That's a hell of a round recovery as well, though, for Nongshim. You lose RB that early. Don't have your smokes.
Right.
Still manage. Get yourself forward onto the site. It's one of the things that breach can enable. A lot more utility to try to clear out some of these angles.
True. And it's
Escorted forward, but this should still be a bit of oomph for G2. Dogama will go for the investment. Thought maybe he would save, pick up the overdrive, but the Tour de Force is going to be online for Baby Bay.
Yeah, it's a really important round for Nongshim. If they can get the win here, Tour de Force is going to be there. It's going to make it a lot more difficult for G2's economy. It's going to be over towards B again.
Oh, Ivy trying to do it again, but this time Jogamo is there. Yeah, played in beautifully.
Read him like a book. Beautiful.
Flash over the top, Leaf watching from Alley, gets the spot out. Sends out that slow orb, and there's just no way to try to find a punish off that.
Face.
I don't know. Did
That's
that
on
hit
no one.
anybody? Yeah.
Meanwhile, speaking of connections, Leaf, hell of a shot, takes down downbeat. 3 players now left for Nongshim as sees.
Whoa.
We'll be able to find a grab here, but now Valen as well, spilling forward into the site. Just the one casualty. G2, the timeout call works a treat. 1 away from tying it up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of this is just more back to their default, the 2-3 from B to A. And then a little bit of a reposition for Baby Bay with that extra layer there to punish Ivy if he went for that swing again. And then Leaf hitting some filthy shots. Another big round for him on the Sage. The Battle Sage online for G2. He's got another res available. Didn't need to use it in that last round. I guess the good news for Nongshim is that, you know, you're not giving over ult charges, but you're on an eco. It's a very minor thing. The big picture. Francis has another Rolling Thunder. Are you gonna send this again? Oh, Trent's in trouble.
Blinded up. Paranoia in from behind as well, and Ivy's going to be able to find that kill. Now the neural depth's going to be invested immediately. Now just going to be giving over the space. Francis did eat quite a bit of damage, just trying to get that spike in play.
Now you send the Rolling Thunder, I think.
And from this position, certainly, yeah, going to be encouraged. Will just go ahead, pop that one. Jogamo tucking back around the corner. Relay bolt going to be lobbed in as well, trying to find this player, and Tommy will be able to get it. Gets a second. Leaf eliminated now. Just Valen in a 1v5. No real way to try to turn the tides of this. Several players low, but it's not going to be giving him the opportunity to try to play this one out. Dombey near enough by. Prevent an ninja defuse. As there's the hold, there's the push, and yep, Dombey wise to it. And finds the Thrifty. As Nongshim get themselves up to 6.
Yeah, they're making nice adaptations again. We saw this a bit on Breeze. In the long run, G2 had a little bit more in the tank, but both these IGLs, both these teams have a lot of good ideas. In that round there, the smother they have on a Trent is really what just wins them the round, because there isn't much else behind it. Everybody else has to kind of abandon sight. They've got him flashed in Paranoia. I didn't catch him as he's jumping into the smoke. That's all they need. Then they scoop up a gun. They take the site. They're able to clear a bunch of space. They can use the neural theft. They can align for the Rolling Thunder. Get that Thrifty to go. Beautiful from Nongshim. This one feels like it is going to be another very close map. It is back and forth the whole way, and you know, Nongshim, an attacker side team, generally in their ethos. So as G2, I think if you get this next round, you're feeling pretty okay.
Yeah.
But hard to say for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we don't always follow the same trends here, but this is the third time that these teams have ever played against each other. Twice at this event, obviously played against each other at Master Santiago for the first time. It's always going to 3.
Yes.
So I feel like we're going to be sticking to that script rather than rewrite it. Unless G2 buckle up, find these next 2 rounds, and then start things off with another pistol.
I mean, there's enough money here for G2, but this round's key because this is the one where you can get the op.
Yep. No tour de force after this one, should it drop. Push forward. Valen able to find one. Looks to just get out and will be able to do so. The rendezvous there as well. So both players. Thieves in the night. Meanwhile, Trent finding a critical timing onto Ivy. And the timeout call, again, looks to work a treat.
Destroyed.
It's just round after round. Someone else has a new counterpunch dialed up.
Shadow.
This time it was G2's turn.
Them down.
They're even going to be able to heal Valen up a little bit here. And Plant may go through, but there's a lot behind this. Jog even has his ult if he wants to rip that. There is not a lot that Nongshim, other than Francis's util, can do about it.
Sprint coming in after Shock to try to hold them at bay. It's Flash fully connecting, but it's a far delay tactics. Working decently, but Baby Bay is able to find X-Ross. First player gone, now Francis fallen. RB would have to do it all, and it's just not going to be planted for him at all. Backpedal out, save of the weapon. The rest of the squad going to be able to get the purchases through, but he needs to retain that gun. G2, once again, knocking on Nongshim's door. Going to make this a 6-6 half for themselves.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little setup at the beginning of this because oftentimes Dombey, if he's given free space outside of the orb, he's going to try to crest the corner to check for information before he throws the relay bolt. So Valen knows he can punish that He has the opportunity to get up there, spray that angle down, and then TP back. Really nice little understanding of their opponent's tendencies. Now is it going to be Nongshim's turn again? That up, still going to be there. Baby Bay is like, nope, never mind.
Got forced out of position very quickly. Meanwhile, Trent again playing the same angle, finding the same timings. Just going for it without that util. Meanwhile, Valen swinging out at alleys, be able to find the one, but RB storming forward. Baby Bay not fast enough on the draw. Cannot keep himself alive and in the fight. RB is frantically just dancing his way back over towards relative safety. Still some damage to be suffered. TP's around the back. Backside plant. Nongshim get the spike in play. Turn from the flash, Ivy.
Oh, what a read.
Angle, but yeah, Trent is watching for it. RB dead. The face in, and the cleanup is good. G2. They make it 6-6 at the half.
I just, again, we saw it in the previous round. I didn't really get to mention it because there hasn't been enough time. These have been pretty fast-paced rounds, but Trent's also repositioned 2 rounds ago after getting just bullied 3 rounds ago, where he moved further back up towards Link, in towards that box. Works a treat again. 2 rounds that he's able to find value. Yeah, I mean, once G2 gets into that op, gets into that comfort of Baby Bay's chamber, it opens up the map so much more for them to be aggressive at the choke of A main or have little traps set up along the way. Nongshim, though, also some really nice answers. You have to be really impressed with this comp because they're able to now punch back against that sky a bit. They're able to create some of their own space, create some of their own trap plays with the util combos that we didn't see the last time out on this map.
They're still in such a rough position. Already the pressure of this map, being what stands between you and elimination, is there, but G2 to make it up to 6. I mean, you have to remember this was the pistol going to Nongshim. This was a bonus conversion going to Nongshim. They started this map off looking incredibly strong, having incredible reads on G2. These timeout adjustments from Josh RT have found an immense amount of value. So to get back to parity at the half, suddenly that 2-1 script for the series starts looking like we might have some alterations.
I agree. I feel very confident about G2 right now, the way that they have approached this match. You can see the frustration on Nongshim. I mean, it is a better attacker side than they had last time, in a way, but it's also not in a way because of what you said, Achilleos. They won those first 3, right? Then after that, they only get 3 more.
They give up a Thrifty.
Yeah, and that's...
It's just, you start pulling on that thread. Things start unraveling.
And the last time out, they only got 2 rounds on their attacker side on Sunset. Now, granted, G2 did win the pistol there. And then kind of it went 2-1, 2-1, 2. But still not super confident. And G2 good enough on this attacker side. At least previously. Again, very different comps, but they got 5. We'll have to see if Nongshim's defender side is still up to snuff. You know, without that Sage in there, that's the big one.
All line into the rendezvous, Baby Bay. Making his exit, pop launch to the corner of the scale, forward. Downbeat, dead, Extros on an island, isolated. And swallowed whole. Another kill, Francis now, a flash from behind, and Chogamo is just so damn fast. He's killed a 3rd. And I think it's safe to say, G2 are winning this pistol.
Nah, dog.
I mean, Ivy, one of the map, this was the map, I think, where he got the ace.
It was.
And despite the loss, but I don't see him pulling another one out of his hat here.
No. He had a Vandal and
Tuck
very
back and go down to the spike.
very different scenario.
But what brutality. I mean, to find nothing in this pistol, to try to jumpstart things, even just to get the ult economy going. Ivy's still worried about a potential flank, but it's a clean tap from Leaf. Continues to deliver with that bandit. Flawless round for G2 to take the pistol and take the lead.
This is simple stuff from G2. Wait for Nongshim to overcommit towards the orb on A. Throw out a flash. Throw out a relay bolt. Throw out a paranoia. In that order to smother out the 2 players. and you could just give them no hope. That's beautifully drawn up, beautifully executed. Hard to do it better than they just did right there. That's why you just sit in a lobby and practice those over and over and over again. Moments like that feel so good as a player.
Well, Nongshim trying to go for a bit of a crunch here. Baby Bay will be able to find the one, but Giacomo going to be traded out. Trent, however, keeping them in this round, and look at the damage suffered. Exros and Francis both down to slivers. One of them now finished off. It's a slow scale forward into immediate demise. Ivy again making his way over to this A site to try to find some additional damage. They know where he is. Confirmation off that guiding line. If they really wanted, they could just pivot, but I think they still favor their chances. They just has a classic in hand. Trent eventually will be able to clean it up. 8-6. A lot of firepower still in hand for G2 as they go into their bonus, and if they convert this, I think it's game over.
Yeah, right now, they have a lot of good answers. Even though this one gets a little bit scrappier than they'd probably like, they're able to get that fault line to really pin in a bunch of players. The paranoia, too, makes this actually dangerous for a moment for G2. So, and Nongshim having some good tools in the belt. It's just the strength of those tools in that round because of the weaponry behind it. Going to be that strong. Zombie, oh my god.
Just sending it in. Is nearly able to find that second kill. The cleanup will come through. Aftershock now going to be lobbed at his Trent down to a sliver, but still fighting. Cleaned headshot, but nothing more to be done. This time the crunch play from Nongshim. There's a bit more impact behind it. And it is all down to Baby Bay, who will get the tag, but Ivy's got full armor. Nongshim preventing the conversion. A bit of damage going to be suffered, some armor to be rebought as well. They stop G2 from running away with a half.
Yeah, and now this is something you got to be aware of as G2, you know. This is a fearless Nongshim team, even when they're down, even when it seems like the rain is never going to stop outside. You know, they'll grab the umbrellas and they'll come out and play. Gotta hang on. But like you talked about, the economic damage done there by G2. It's only 2 Guardians.
Means that this outlaw back in the hands of Baby Bay can still find a good amount of value. Paranoid the chase, but Downby this time going to be taken down over at Tiles. Trent with the turnaround is able to find that kill. He finds his second RB dead. Ivy peeling back one as Francis gets involved in the fight. Gets Chocobo, gets Valid, and gets them into a 2v2. The spike now going to be dropped. The opposite side of this box.
Made noise on the gun drop.
You know, Leaf to try to cheat this corner, the slow orb, trying to prevent them from being able to backpedal away, but instead they just step up, they go in for the fight, and they win it. Massive round from Francis, gets the 3K. And Nongshim, they might just be right back into this.
They're just sending it. I mean, I think G2 needs to kind of take one of those pauses like we saw on Breeze where they're going to hold back towards spawn a bit. It looked like they were going to weather the storm, but there's that extra unaccounted for layer through mid. And that means that Trent, as good as he was in the heat of the moment there, it's not good enough. Just too much storming his way. So they're just going to overload it. They're just going to make sure that if you're going to keep doing this, we're going to have numbers, although they have a weak buy. A lot of stingers. The G2 special.
Yeah, G2 stinger. Oh, what a haunt. Once everybody spotted out, Trent still does have that Guardian. He'll be forced away as the fault line goes through. Francis 2 away from having that Rolling Thunder online. Decay will expire here, but X-Ross is pushing forward onto the site, and Jogamo none the wiser. Ends up getting taken down, and looks like Nongshim firm control for them.
They're stalled.
Orb going to be grabbed. Leaf just trying to get that res online when possible. Trent eventually will be overwhelmed. Ivy finding one down, but getting himself a second as Valen will get taken down. It's just Leaf here at Alley, and he cannot hold his own, not with that stinger in hand. Flawless round for Nongshim. Economy ready to explode here for this squad. To get themselves back into the lead.
Yeah, now you're, I think, certainly going to see a pump of the brakes, I would think, from Josh, but you never know. He's been a little bit slow. All the timeouts today. Nongshim just been absolutely going buck wild over there on A. Actually, they're suspecting that G2 be thinking something different, but it's actually, I think, going to just be slow play here from G2 with that op there. You know, and it's red again. Here we go.
Overdrive is out, the paranoia connecting. Relay bolt going to be lobbed in. Just trying to keep him contained the wall in desperation. They're trying to keep themselves protected, but it's going to be Leaf. Able to find two. Francis just with the one. And G2. They backpedal into the corner. And Nongshim are far too greedy.
Emma, my ultimate is ready.
Slide in as Jogamo will have it. And again, timeout not required. Nongshim, they fly far too close to the sun. They over-pursue. And G2 absolutely punishes them for it.
I mean, the bonkers part about this is Nongshim has, like, prepared for this. The off the rip, the stun is hitting Baby Bay, so he has to fall back. They're throwing a paranoia. They're dashing in with the overdrive. This is exactly what Nongshim expected. And this time, though, G2's able to hold on. Just a nice timing on that wall there by Leaf. Really heads-up play to slow that down just enough for them to reset their aim and create that angle density.
You think just once you see that out, you know that you've got them all contained. They're shoved back into the spawn, and there's only one way to go unless they break the wall themselves. So it could have been just a clean disconnect for Nongshim, then get set up on defensive sightlines, but instead, just too rabid, too hungry, too bloodthirsty.
Not the Nongshim way.
That is very true.
No. The noodles are spicy. The play has to be spicy too, Achilles.
Well,
It doesn't.
This one was all spice, no flavor.
It's the bomb. Yep.
We got burn after it, so. Slow pivot. Prowler spotting out. Gonna be telling the whole story, though. Could just be that chamber on the other side.
You know, the thing about it is, though, is they haven't really been doing anything over at B. So the fact that you even get a little bit of confirmation there means that you're happy to start leaning B as your strong side. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Sees to try to hold him in place, but Baby Bay, that push up through tiles, gets the catch on a Francis. There at top mid. Overdrive now from Jogamo, gonna be bumped. Nami on the peak is able to find him with the op shot. Out from Market, but Leaf trades it back. Now looking to rescale back up into the site. Ball raised to swing through. Ivy will be good for one, but the plant can still be committed to.
I know exactly.
Safe angles. The neural theft revealing these players' locations. Paranoia not really going to be getting the connection that they would have wanted, but they still have the overwhelm, and now it's just Baby Bay out from main, and Ivy has him through the smoke. A strong and necessary response round from Nongshim. Get themselves up to 10.
Yeah, good read just from the outset. This is RB getting into the mind of his opponent there. They knew that finally maybe it's going to be a bit of a different approach towards that B main angle. That Prowler was all he needed. And immediately I see the breach starting to cheat over towards top mid. He even gets a kill up there. Gets killed up there, but it's all the right pieces in the right places.
This goes here.
And that's why they're able to weather that storm. Eventually get Ivy's ult to really seal the deal.
Let's play.
Tour de force. Baby Bait. Try to hold underneath that one way. Zombie again with an op. Really nice shot from him onto the ulting Jogamo. Flash deep doesn't confirm anything, but that's just because all of Nongshim had tucked in. I mean, look at Exros here. He's chilling in spawn.
He's checking for that TP.
Yep.
Needs to make sure that VALORANT is not going to be on that backstab angle. Meanwhile, jump peek around the corner. Tombi considering if he wants to overstay on that angle. Decides to backpedal and cannot find the flick. Rolling Thunder invested just to try to buy some time. Jogamo able to drop down off the box and points that after shock, and now the Nightfall is going to be called in as well. Swing of the corner, and Exros manages to find the kill. A 4v4.
Here.
The decay expired. Health back to full. Leaf doesn't have that res.
No. I'd really like to see change of directions here unless Baby Bay finds a pick, but it's so risky. He's got a couple different angles that he has to worry about there.
TP check from RP. Immediately going to be broken at alley. Push forward, going to be coming in and VALORANT, able to win that fight. He finds the follow-up as well. Exros now dead. RP tagged low. Sets up the smoke, fakes the TP. The spike now going to be planted. He's scaling off of that one. Leaf with a double take. Sees what, and he's still gonna be there and finishes the job. Ivy now having to do it all. Fadeaway shot, the cleanup Valen, but nothing more to be found. Blow for blow, back and forth between these squads. G2 tie it 10-10.
It's just the little things in the heat of the moment there. Just Valen just following right behind that Sky Flash. No fear in the IGL. Willing to lead from the front. I mean, Jogamo is probably kicking himself a bit. He had a moment. If he could have got that crosshair placed sooner, he had Exros dead to rights after the Nightfall.
The cost of that play is immense. The operator lost the Rolling Thunder, the From the Shadows, the Nightfall, all had been committed to no avail for Nongshim.
That's true.
Only saving grace is that G2 not quite back into swinging their ults. This Leaf nearest by.
The concern is because G2 won the pistol, they'll be into their next cycle a little bit sooner, potentially. Look at
Baby Bay tagged.
Ooh, yeah, wow.
The heal can be there from Leaf. We'll get him right as rain, but armor will be lost.
That's still a lot of damage done. Jogamo has gotten up in the top mid, and Dombi thinking about it.
Smoke on the other side. Prowler going to be going in.
Get out,
They both sent towards Exros' direction, but Jogamo still trying to get this entry into Boba. Slides forward, and Francis will be able to sit him down with that bandit. Eats a good amount of damage, though. Some regen armor behind it, still only at 30. Certainly not a cozy position for the breach. Spike again planted on B for G2. Warning shot from Baby Bay and a double scale into market.
No Leafs back here.
Now they have the full confirmation. Counter swing not going to be coming in, and Leaf just can't quite find that spray to connect. Should have maybe had Dombi dead to rights. Same time, Fastlane going to be situated. Ivy eliminated. And Exros having to do it all once again, this time in a 1v2. The footsteps going to be heard, and Baby Bay takes the fight, takes his life, and G2 once again are now in the lead.
And now they're starting to work the map. They're getting a little bit more creative with the playbook. Having to look for that early mid-aggression and then using that to set themselves up to scale on the map. Even though Jog not able to get a kill, he's able to clear up, you know, all of that mid into market. You can come in from B main then too. Sets you up for that flank attack and gives you a nice post-plant setup. A really smart play there right at the end of the round by Trent to not try to take that fight, to know that he has that op behind him. Tuck into the safety of the spike plant cubby. Nongshim, they are in the danger zone. They need hit the timeout before they have to hit the eject button out of EWC. I mean, I think in general now, as G2, I like the big picture stuff where now they're starting to toy with the map. They're trying to explore different parts of the map. They're being much more cautious at the beginning of the rounds, looking for those, you know, crazy, fast, aggressive hits where Nongshim maybe wanted to tee Dombi up. Especially without that op in play, that's something you really got to be thinking about as G2. Making sure that you're not going to fall for any of those little traps, but overall, I like what you're seeing. Nongshim, the economy busted again. So, going to take a thrifty to not let this go to match point. Could just flash swing out here. It's done. They're looking for a contact.
Baby, he's got an exit strategy.
I think off of Ivy here.
Rest of the team, not so much. Slow orb up towards top mid. Down mid and out. Try to scale. Slide into the corner. The Stinger will be able to find one as Valen peels back a kill. Francis out of the equation now. Paranoia chucked through, but it's going to be exchanged on both sides. Nami still widely stranded there at tiles. Now flushed out as Trent finds the kill, and Leaf will be able to get RB. Ivy just not going to be fast enough nor accurate enough on the draw. Leaf's just Exros. A 1v4, but might as well call it a 1v5. The res is available as well. We'll be able to slide over to grab this gun. Can he put it to any use?
He's already had a pretty nasty clutch today. Maybe the young gun give us a little bit more fun.
Slower going for him, though, on this fade. Flash doesn't give him confirmation, but that's more than enough there. Valen just making him have to think twice about trying to set foot on this site. Trent will just swing out, claims him. 12-10. Match point in the hands of G2. 1 round away from sending home the final Pacific representative from EWC 2026.
Yeah, and what a moment this would be for G2. It's been a bit of a struggle for them at the international events this year, and this is one of the teams that has given them grief 2 times. And to be able to now bounce back and get that potential 2-0 here, you're looking at that, you're 1 round away from it. How sweet that would feel, and it would get you into the playoffs of EWC 26 to boot.
Cover going up. And just a ton of ults to work with as well. Nothing able to be forced out of that previous round. The res, the from the shadows, the seekers, all ready to go. Ivy, 1 away from having that neural depth online. Damby, 1 away from having that overdrive. Those will be critical for them in the next round if they can win this one out, if they can keep this going and try to push it into overtime. But for now, again, this stack at top mid, not going to be rewarded. It is just RB alone on the A side of the map.
Yeah, it's so important here that RB just doesn't give his life up for free. It's going to get identified by a seeker.
For the chase, and Natty gone for that spray. Might have been able to find some connection on the Trent, but he does not. Meanwhile, Trademark noting the flank and Balin looking to try to hold things down. Prowler to the corner, the flash going to be connecting down, able to find the 1, but Leave comes away with 2. The trade back is good. X-Ross keeps him in with a 3v3. The ult's now out of the equation. It's a double fight forward, and Baby Bay is able to find the enemy fade. X-Ross now dead. Ivy. So much weight being put on his shoulders. Stunned up. Hound down. No. Turns back. He's able to find Trent. Shogamo dead as RB from on high is able to find the kill. And Ivy will keep them in this. The map, the series, not yet G2's. Still 1 away. The Nongshim. 1 of their own from sending this into overtime.
Is that right as that stun was wearing off? That was crazy from Ivy. This right here looks like it might be their round. Ivy somehow, some way. I thought he was done after he gets hit by that relay bolt. G2, yeah, knows that they have the end of this series in their clutches. They need this timeout. They need the big brain from Josh RT to give them the solutions.
The scariest thing for Nongshim is that the timeout conversion from Josh RT has been strong.
Very good. Very, very good.
If he can give them a solid enough game plan to bring this to a conclusion, that might just be curtains for Nongshim RedForce. They have to play this to perfection.
Yes.
Still a couple of those ultimates online for G2. They still have plenty of money to go for the buy.
I think you're definitely gonna have Ivy's ult. Zombie died.
He's got the overdrive.
He has the overdrive. So you've got those 2 for sure. I think that's what's going to be real concerning. Those are 2 really impactful ults. So as G2, you're probably kicking yourself a bit that you squandered an opportunity. Otherwise, 1 away from X-Ross is now as well. So it's a little bit dangerous. G2, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to maybe bait out a little bit utility here. See if they can trick Nongshim into going for one of those aggressive hits that this time they're able to dodge. They're just able to kind of use the cape, keep the bull and the horns away from them.
A bit more defaulty here for G2.
This makes
expecting
sense.
a set exec here from Nongshim to
Yes.
catch them off guard, but Nongshim not really going to be falling into that trap. At least not yet.
No, they're being very patient at A. You can see the breach is up there. Follow up. And Jogamo really senses that. You see this all the time on this map with the breach, that they want to send out that util. That's great work from Jog.
Absolutely. I mean, they knew he hadn't scaled yet. They had that camera situated. We'll spot everything out, but avoids getting caught in the trap. From Valen. It's over outside of A lobby. RB jiggling the corner. Here's that jump peek. Paranoia now going to be sent through. Goes for a TP reposition. He still manages to plant his feet and find 1. The res going to be invested, though. Right back into it as the overdrive, able to find an immense amount of damage on the jaw, but the heal is available as well. Leaf just keeping them right in this mix. The jump through the paranoia, now to fly. Francis holding it down for the first as Jogama will get taken out. X-Ross finding Leaf, and the time, it's getting away from them. Valorant able to find the one, but the trade is going to be through. 8 seconds now remaining on the clock. The swing in, and X-Ross comes away with a 3K, and Nongshim are not done yet. 12-12. They take this into OT.
It just takes so long. Again, this new comp that Nongshim brings to the table has so much stall, so much delay in it. And even though they get that res, Dombi's able to use his ult to continue to hold them at bay. And at that point, Nongshim is able to continue to slowly rotate over because there's just no room for G2. They're smothered. They go over to this defender's side once again. Slightly better on this half of the map. Blast cannon. It's the op for Baby Bay. I think I'd be basically perma-running that with how well it went. Just gotta hold the line here as G2 again. You had an opportunity, but you weren't able to get those last two. Now you've got to do it in OT. All reset. Phantoms across the board for Nongshim.
G2 are trying to fight against the script here. Stop this from going to that third and final map. And Baby Bay, a bold push. Manages to find that kill, tries to make his exit, but will be spotted. RB just too fast to scale towards backside. Operator down on the floor. Spike now. The plant committed to the slide in. RB, he's playing anti-flash. He ends up getting caught off guard. But Ivy, he finds Trent. A bloodbath here. So it's now a 2v2, but Leaf up over top of the box there at Boba. Finds X-Ross, and Francis now has to do it all. The double approach isolates it down into a 1v1. The right of the wall, but the shutdown from Francis. He gets the clutch. And Nongshim now get themselves to map point.
Huge work from Francis. Individual brilliance on display. Baby Bay, his rendezvous, put him right behind that box where we just see RB get killed there. You know, Jog trying to break out, but there's a crossfire set up, so sure, he gets one.
I love that attempt from Leaf as well. It's so cheeky, but
it is.
It's a little bit too fast on the adjustment is Francis.
Read it nicely.
Operator again in hand for Baby Bay. Needing to win these next 3 rounds. But Dami, he's already in on top of Valen, setting up that fast lane, and he's finding a second. Jogamo eliminated. Dami's tearing them apart. Gets a third. Trent seized in position, locked in mid.
Seen some crazy rounds. Be insane to see Trent and Baby Bay get the 2v4 here. Baby Bay up at the ready, knows that someone very well could be behind him. He's correct. But for now, X-Ross just gonna hold the line. They know they have the map, the time to work with. Here we go, Francis.
Could just be it here. The peek in and Baby Bay. He sends the shot into the floor. The swing in the corner, and Trent can't quite finish him off. 14-12, Nongshim trading blows, trading map wins against G2. They persevere, and they push.
Jogamo's Phoenix was so powerful. That's why they wanted to do that KO, so I can't wait to see what he has in store.
In front of all their opponents, potentially in playoffs, 100 Thieves, BBL, Vitality, NRG, Gentlemates, Team Heretics, and mibr.los. Which team will join them? G2 and Nongshim for the final time. Let's send it on over to Achilleos and Paper Thin.
A final map 3 once again between these squads. Every single time that they have met, it has gone the distance, and this is no exception. A tough, difficult, and arduous journey through Sunset to get to this very haven, and now we get a treat. It's Baby Bay back on Jet, but the first to fall. Francis will be able to find him to start things off. Battering of damage across onto the Sova and Phoenix of Nongshim RedForce, but still in control. Slow creep up in this double join available on the A site for G2.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite an interesting idea from G2. Trent gets tagged up heavy and gets finished off. Donbeat can't get more. Jogamo good for 2, though.
Still continuing to have that firepower, but look at the pivot call. This lurk forward's come in. Camera going to be heard behind. I'm not sure if Ivy has been spotted, but he may have done, because already G2, they're rotating the match. Camera to try to check, the swing in, and Ivy, what a fadeaway casual shot as he even finds the damage on to Val and puts him at 31. Position's now known. Jogamo gonna have to try to deliver, but he's caught dropping down off the step. Now just Valen. There's Nongshim. Well slated to take this opening pistol.
Should definitely be there, as you would think. Valen gonna try to keep himself hidden. Has the paranoia, but just gonna try to shoulder check. Does take down Ivy. Do a 1v2 now.
First of many, but it's going to have to be clean. Any shot from these Sheriffs will have him dead, and it's going to be a headshot from Exros to secure it. So 1-0 start for Nongshim.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have some concerns here for G2, but I mean, yes, this was a map that mates were able to best Nongshim on. It was close, 13-10. You know, RB had a real tough go of it last outing. Here, able to take down Jogamo while he's trying to come down the stairs. But I mean, kind of think, you know, these are mere comps. And G2 trying to match Nongshim's freak, man, that ain't easy.
Going up. Outside of the of course. Jogamo wanted to try to just grab the orb. Get that ult charge built up. It's going to be 2 away from having to run it back online. Meanwhile, Ivy continuing to just inch his way forward into these empty sites. Not really finding any opposition. Meanwhile, Valen is going to be counter-sprayed down. Another elimination going over to Nongshim as they look to make this as clean of a 2-0 as they possibly can. And there's the backstab. Okay.
Sure.
Sure. Just
why not?
Just do unk like that. Sure, why not? Don't give him a chance.
I love that Ivy there also just able to free scale through B and just keeps holding W. Eventually gets the backstab onto the site. Clean stuff for Nongshim here. An early attempt to try to sneak an orb into Jogamo's hands. Doesn't really work out. There's Ivy. All said and done, that is a massive anti-eco for Nongshim. Gonna be sitting pretty with the cash. Ivy's gonna buy up into this round though. We'll go for that Phantom. Dombi already caught by that trip and just smothered by Baby Bay.
Ping reveal, able to find that kill. Ivy trying to push this timing. Will flash from his teammate though. He'll slow his roll. TP into back of sight, and RB able to get the jump on Baby Bay. Weapon can be collected. Some damage suffered here. RB down at 54, but Plant now in play. Nongshim, okay, they're just going to be setting Exros out there very aggressively. As many advantages they could possibly get, and that's going to be Trent down so very low on health. Back around towards the defender spawn, nothing more to be seen. Snaps back over onto the site.
They found my wire.
Tripwire to be cleared out. Ivy tucking back. The flash going to be connecting, and RB not holding down M1, not able to find a damn thing. Wow. As it is a very swift and clean retake from G2. Brent surviving, 4 players stay alive. G2 will get themselves on the board in round 3.
It felt like for a moment this was going to be a bonus converted from Nongshim. Able to get into a post plant pretty quickly, use that run it back to buy a little bit more time. But Nongshim's retake, clean, extremely clean. A good flash on the entry to allow those players coming from back alley to really just walk through with safety. As the player holding tight against the smoke, I think it was RB, not able to really do anything.
That's full flash connection. Didn't think to just spray and pray with a stinger.
Yeah, and then there was a nice recon dart from Trent there as well that set up some of those kills at the back of sight. So really, really nicely coordinated. And that was a huge sigh of relief for G2. They come through holding 4 guns at the end of that even. So all 4 players on that retake survive. That is
4 guns, and also Exros committed the ult.
Right. It's phenomenal stuff. Now Jog's got his ult. So you can play a little bit more for retake.
Shockdart somehow not clearing out this trip. Oh, I don't think they've seen each other.
He knows about the trip.
Thinking that out. Calling for Francis. Be able to disrupt that, but Jogama wise to this. Seen what Ivy's been getting away with, so has to keep this angle covered. You also have Baby Bay quite far forward. There's the fight. Jogama able to come out on top. Has the tools to heal himself back up, but it looks like they still want to try to play forward into B.
Just use the ult.
And that's why he's backpedaling away. Give up a little bit of this space, and now immediately investing the ult, trying to go for this pop. Flash going to be connecting through. He's unable to find anything. Can they keep him safe? He's been spotted. As Downbeat gets himself a second, Trent going to be eliminated as well. Push forward, Leaf. Immediately dead. Dispatched in G2. Not going to be finding an easy way back into this round. The plant even shifted away from potential sightlines for Baby Bay, and with Valen falling, Baby Bay now has to do it all. Thrown the check out in towards mid. Will not be able to spot him. Tuck in behind the box. Opportunity to try to split these fights, but on the push, they will have him dead. Francis just dialed in on the angle, finds the kill immediately, and that's 3-1 to start for Nongshim.
And this is one that, as good as G2's previous retake was, this one just not able to really ever get any momentum behind it because they don't cover the respawn point for Jogamo there. Trent's a little late. Not sure if some util backed him off there. I mean, they committed so much to Jog. I thought that was great. I mean, they're like relay bolt, flash, beautiful. You absorb that as a run it back. You're very happy about it. But then there just wasn't any extra layers behind it that you're kind of used to seeing from G2. So that means timeout time. Josh getting in there quick to try to rally the G2 boys who are certainly scared right now in a way because you came through, you had 2 rounds to go on Sunset to be able to send yourself into the playoffs. You lose 4 in a row. Now you're here on Haven. And you're making a little bit of a comp switch. So far, it's been not working out.
I mean, you have to imagine the pressure for both of these teams. For Nongshim, going from lifting a trophy to not being able to make it to the second Masters of the year, have this opportunity, manage to get the qualifier, and have to go through G2 twice as the last remaining representative. G2 ever present at these events, always make that appearance, but have never been able to lift the trophy themselves, and once again are facing potential early elimination just like they did over at London.
Yeah, I think that's well put. It's really tough. Trip already gone. Leaf.
Do they assess this?
Well,
a couple shots in his direction, but so far going to be unspotted, pushing forward. Does manage to get the barrel stop there onto RB, but the overwhelm is there from Nongshim. Pop of the Blade Storm, Tabby. Going to be feeling pretty decent about his odds in this fight as Baby Bay. Tailwinds over to the side, the plant to come in. Exros 1 charge away from that next run it back. Hello. On candid camera. Baby Bay going to be having, a little wry smile on his face as Francis just dances around him. Catches him with that shorty.
Well, this is going from bad to worse. There's going to be a lot of ults on Nongshim's hands. What to consider. Zombie and Exros on the point. Francis there, a little bit of style at the end. Do have that operator finally into Baby Bay's hands. Trent still yet to find a kill. So far, very tricky for G2. That explosive, aggressive play still working really nicely for Nongshim. So Baby Bay is going to go for a timing here.
Flush against the wall. Shock Dart not going to be finding the damage, but there's a slide in, and there's Dambi claiming him once again. Hunter's Fury now going to be lit up here from Francis, trying to prevent any potential flood retake, but no one nearby enough for G2. Who are already going to be scratching their heads. Unless they can find something like that. I'm going to say they might have to end up going for a massive save. Jogamo watching his back for now. He does have Ivy dead, and suddenly they might just be right back into this one as the curveball will connect on the Dambi.
Here we go.
Lining him up, the Paranoia now going to be sent in as well, but the overdrive gets popped. Swings around towards backside, finds Valen, looks for a little bit more. He's taking them all so very low as Dumby collects the third and has Leaf boxed in. Is trying to find that fourth, and he shall. Zaps him to death as Nongshim maintain control, now up 5-1.
He's so good at that ult. It's the way that he takes his time with it. In fact, you think most players, you know, when they're sending the overdrive, it's just kind of a run and gun situation, but watch the way he dips in and out. He uses that cover to get a kill. It's a little bit, he kind of isolates one, then scoots back. Goes for the other. As he's going across, gets them both to half. And come back through. It's so well played by him. One of those things that makes him the best.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Bebe able to stay alive, grabs that orb, and now does have the knives online. He needs to deliver with these.
Yeah, he has to go huge here.
But they've spotted him, they've given up some space, and now it's going to be a quick pivot over onto the B side. Relay bolt up in on this A connector angle. Tap of the plant and a scale forward from X-Ross, the up and over, but there's just too many targets. Dogamo now on this approach will be able to find one. A gun can be collected. What use can he put it to?
He jumped over the trip of Ivy there.
Drone's got him spotted, and okay, Tampy not able to find that kill. Dogamo down low, but before he can get the molly out, will be found. The spray from Francis cleans him up, and Leaf, while he will be able to get the headshot through the corner, he can't kill RB. He falls to the wayside, and Nongshim are looking electric. They're looking damn near perfect so far on this map.
Yeah, it's just quick reads from them. You know, if they feel confident to go C, they've got great post-plant protocols there. They do a wonderful job taking that space here in this round. They go for that quick A check. They know the Blade Storm's over there. They don't want to challenge it initially. So it's a quick pivot over towards B. It's that fast decision-making that they can employ. Obviously, having a Neon makes it even easier. Trent. Actually, Domby completely avoids that shock. Trying to take a fight.
Oh, that is a dink, and that is the spray down. Francis is able to find Jaw.
Through the wall?
Yeah, he had a moment, a brief opportunity to try to tuck back, but Francis, weren't counting on him to be able to find that wall bang through window. Baby, nice little walkabout, though, will be rewarded with a kill. Does eat some damage in kind.
Trying to fake that he went doors.
On the swing, RB. They will be able to find him. It's a risky play. Can't really blame Baby Bay for trying to go for it. He gets the kill. It looks brilliant. It gets the team into an advantageous position, but Nongshim are just looking far too ready.
And now they're going to try to sell a fake over here with Francis. Maybe could throw the drone here. Keep these two players of G2 locked over on A while everybody else goes over to the other side. Now there is
camera angle, though, so
yes.
Leaf will be able to get the earlier spot out onto this.
Look, it's paused Trent for a moment.
I must wait a moment.
Camera now cleared, the fast lane in. TP forward. It's a trip as well. It's going to be taken out, but Leaf trying to find that elimination. He does an immense amount of damage. Emmy and RB both tagged up to all hell. Recon over the top, and that's going to be him. Dead as Damby's looking for that second, but he cannot find it. Valen will draw the Vandal fast enough, gets the punish, but still a player disadvantage. RB around the corner, the Paranoia sent flying. Scale 4 now going to be coming in, but X-Ross there, waiting behind the box, finds the kill. Valen boxed in and tagged down. Francis on the flank. Cleans it up, and it's now 7-1. G2. They're in dire straits, and they desperately need some assistance.
The way that Nongshim's able to parry these thrusts from G2, really, really good. RB kind of gets a sixth sense of that. And they're just so smart right now. Every twist and turn, G2 is beat to the punch. And again, that selling that little extra fake, keeping Trent on the other side of the map means that he's late and they could scale forward and punish him when he goes for the recon dart. All those little things that Nongshim does there just stack the odds in their favor. Domby once again on the outlaw.
Silent drop down.
Oh boy.
Here on this angle. Do they check his corner? Yeah, they do. As the short, he just drops that relay bolt, slides across, and now slides in. He wants that punish. He cannot find it. Volley down to the sewer. We'll just hold him at bay for now. G2 still have 4 players on this side of the map. Meanwhile, Francis again trying to
Drum up attention.
make them think. We're just walking up through the cages here.
Did pull Trent. Got that. You get one. They have to respect it, dude. G2.
Is this enough numbers? Flash onto Baby Bay just a bit on that connection. Meanwhile, Leaf is going to be taken down. Trent will be able to find one, getting himself on the board at long last as Valen cleans it up. Guardian in hand. Joggable able to find one before getting denied off the ult. It's gotten them into a decent winnable position here. Stamby has so much work to do. Sliding in. The shorty in hand. He cleans up Trent. But Valen able to find the one. The slide in, and Stamby takes it to him. And every time it feels like G2 have caught a break. Oh, they just catch another right hook to the jaw.
It's, what do you do? I mean, what do you do? You're playing the round pretty well. Even a wry smile on Valen's face. He knows it. They outthought him this round. They got the right pieces in the right places. They're able to use that run it back very effectively. And then there's this. What can you do?
That's a familiar sensation, I suppose, at this point.
I mean, what? Yeah. Look, a lot of players have run into that and been on the same result there, Valen. It's tough to go against Domby when he's doing Domby things.
I mean, the way that he's been operating, sure, it's not been quite as shotgun abusing, but
right.
It otherwise does feel like he's starting to re-hit that stride that we were seeing from him at Santiago.
I mean, it's the crazy thing about him is he used the shotguns because he could and because it
was broken.
Yes, exactly. But he's always been really good with the rifles. I mean, what?
Oh, sure.
The extra layer he's adding now is that he's picking up sniper rifles more often for the team, giving them kind of different approaches to some of the mid to late rounds where they can slow it down if they need to, where they don't have to just be this one-dimensional, go, hit the Jets squad. But when he does that, that's kind of when he's at his best. So just so scary, man. He's so accurate with those phantoms off of the slides. It's absolutely crazy.
Well, no clear of the trips off that shot. Recon will go out. Hunter's Fury over towards Platt, trying to displace Leaf. It's going to be X-Ross instead with him. Rightful able to do so, but Jogamo immediately rushing forward. Gets the kill onto RB.
Spike.
G2 looking very well poised to close this out, but Baby Bay, okay, whips the shot, but it might not matter. X-Ross dead. It's a 2v4. The Spike absolutely stranded. Hoken brought here. Ivy eventually going to be rewarded with that, but Valen's position, I don't think it's ready here for the moment. So on the scale forward, Valen will have him dead. A second round win going to be found, but it costs that second and final timeout of the series. In order to make it happen, G2 have to build momentum. They have to secure these last few rounds.
The crazy thing is this half is actually kind of still recoverable for G2. This is Haven. It can be attacker-sided. So if you can get a couple more to go here, if you can get to 4, I still have hope. I still have belief. 9-3 is tough, but 4 is maybe doable. Maybe give us another OT or a very close 13-11.
You have a boon. The Hunter's Fury committed. So
yes.
Don't have to worry about that one. This Baby Bait still with the op in hand, looking for a peek over towards A. This is cheeky smoke set up, but unable to find it there as Hunter's Fury going to be lit up, and that's a massive tag, and X-Ross dead. And the final burst as well. Connecting on to Francis. Perhaps it was Ivy. Either way, both of them had gotten hit.
It's effective.
Huge amount of value.
4 hits out of that Hunter's Fury. 2 that landed on X-Ross, 1 on Francis, 1 on Ivy.
It's been a rough go of it here for Trent, but he just doubled up his kills and might have just secured them the round win off the damage alone. Don't have to worry about that run it back coming through. Get into the updraft. Baby Bay playing in an unorthodox position. Now going to be noted. Trying to drop down, but Downby again. Able to find 2, but Trent now coming alive. Finds a third. Can't find much more than that, but he's done so much damage to try to set up for Leaf. Weapons can be recovered. Be able to grab one over the top. here of Sewer. Spike still has to be recovered. The drop down. Francis is going to be eating that damage. Broken ankles. 120 health between them. The swing, though, and Francis so very ready for it. 9-2. No chance to build a momentum. No chance to snowball to recover this. 3-9 is the best that G2 can hope for.
In the middle of the round, when you feel like, yeah, again, it's another one of those rounds like we saw earlier where G2 has a chance. They've given themselves a great opportunity, and then I'm like, yeah, but Danby has his overdrive. Like, I'm in the back of my mind, I'm just like, oh.
And it's just one of those things. If you don't kill him instantly, if Baby doesn't hit that shot,
right,
much like he didn't, and Danby gets to just let hell run loose.
Yep.
For a pacey hit potentially here onto the B side. The running back going to be committed, but will get broken early. Baby able to find him. Fast lane set up, and it looks like for now, Nongshim just going to settle for this plant. It's at a default, and Valen on the prowl here. In the back line, strikes. Ivy dead, but Francis quick turns. Cleans up that elimination. Keeps it into a 4v4. RB now TP up top side. Leaf eliminated. Danby able to find Jogamo. RB from this position, not really even needing to get involved quite just yet, but now he will. Peeks out, Trent's gone. Baby Bay blinded up, flushed out, and absolutely demolished. 10-2. Nongshim RedForce are absolutely running away with this third and final map.
This is such a beautiful TP from RB because the G2 players have to respect it, and that allows the other players from Nongshim to start scaling around the box on B site, doing damage. I mean, it was a weak buy for G2 there. Started off like maybe there was going to be hope. Jog had a great 2K. And almost on the pistol. A flawless anti-eco for Nongshim. G2 does deny the bonus conversion, but otherwise it's a lot of Nongshim in a lot of these rounds, and it's a lot of Danby. He was outrageously good. This guy on Neon is a treat. Generational. Look at this. This is one of my favorites. Just love the way he plays this.
I mean, it's very much in the eye of the beholder. A treat for some, an absolute demon for others.
True.
Right now, G2 gotta be having, just flashbacks to Santiago.
Right.
To the absolute destruction that Nongshim are capable of.
You got to be having maybe second thoughts about going here instead of split again. That was a sick Hunter's Fury. I will say that.
It's a good volley there from Trent, but unfortunately just the arrival, it feels like it's far too late. We can start putting up more rounds like that from the offset here. From the pistol, claim that. Perhaps G2 can get a run like this going.
Maybe. But man, with the way Nongshim was able to take so many of those disadvantageous rounds and turn them on their heads during that half, it's brutal. Brutal for G2. You can see that still a little bit of hope there, but was dashed.
It's been a cacophony of different emotions for G2. The rounds that they got, they felt decent. They felt,
yeah,
concise.
And they had at least 3 rounds in there where I thought, okay, they should have this. And then they just got outplayed. The individual performances of Nongshim shine. That's a tag on to Trent here in a must-win pistol for G2. Not the way you want to start it. Valen even gets a little bit of a scrape.
IB. Maybe they'll find a kill as well. It's Jogamo now dead. Valen backpedaling, sending out that paranoia. Francis trying to play off the reveal. Will get overwhelmed. Valen able to run him down. The spike still, however, going to be in transit. And okay, the camera does manage to get this tag. Had RB been able to slip that net, oh, he could have absolutely destroyed them. The chance, an opportunity. Danby dead. He has that kill. Exros now arriving on the scene. RB not too far behind. But given the investments, there's not a lot of util to try to work with here. Exros, one more curveball. Works his way up, but it's a high-low setup down below.
Well,
Shots flying his way. Looking for that on the peak, but G2 will have their targets. Well selected, well aimed. They take the pistol. Absolutely necessary to get back into this game.
yes, and they look pretty efficient in doing it. Meanwhile, Nongshim on this defender side looks like they're kind of a little bit disconnected. This is a lot of isolated play that you're going to be seeing. Kind of players trying to take risks, take moments with those sheriffs. That, Ivy does get a kill, sure, but otherwise a lot of players just not connecting their shots. That's where the round just starts to crumble. G2 can beat you in that team game.
I mean, Francis dead in that moment means that they can retoggle the camera, check in mid, spot out RB.
Oh my god.
Domby, he's going to be trying for it again. The camera this time is not going to be situated. Tripwire on that A-lobby side.
I mean, if G2 just kind of stays confident, but that smoke is so worrying because a lot of teams will just stack 4 players in a smoke like that. Baby Bay's going to go check it.
Leaf immediately taken down by the bandit.
That means all that Cypher util on your flanks is gone.
It's going to have to be on a swivel. Gone out over the top. Baby Bay able to spot out Francis. Takes him down with a hip fire. Is going to be looking for the second. Gets it. Ivy gone. Trent will take RB, but not before Joggamo ends up falling. So still damage dealt. Certainly is found. And now Tambi cleans up a kill on Valen as well. This is already a catastrophic amount of deaths for G2. Trying to just play this one out, trying to get the Santiago going, but now suddenly they are very much at risk of losing this round. Not committing the drop down. It's going to be a bit of a 3-2-1. The relay bolt gets the stun. Baby Bay, however, able to find the one, but Trent will narrowly persevere. But at such significant costs. G2 make it up to 4.
I mean, you've
Just a Guardian.
Yeah, you've just set yourself back so far for converting this almost must-need bonus coming into this next round. And off the rip there, Domby tucks himself in to that corner. I mean, Baby Bay point blank with the Marshals, sure.
This goes here.
But they did take so much damage along the way, and Domby up to 20 on the scoreboard now.
The full buy, a full force into this. Still, though, a Spectre in hand for Valen.
I mean, you got it as G2. It makes a ton of sense. You can win this round, you're going to knock their economy back and start the cycle, hopefully.
Careful now.
X-Ross, a lot of pressure coming his way. He does have some help with Ivy.
Clear the recon, the updraft, able to get the spot on Ivy. He's going to go scaling forward, gets flashed up, and will get taken down, but X-Ross is able to find one. Leaf, however, shuts down the enemy Phoenix. Damage suffered here by Joggamo as that smoke is going to fall. He's out into the open. Nabby takes his head off, considering the slide. Chipped over to the side, and Baby Bay's got him covered. Clean kills. As RB will get forced away, but G2 should have this round in hand. An armory by force there onto Trent. He'll just take the opportunity to still be breathing. Further damage found. The spam should come in, and there you have it. Leaf to clean it up. G2. They managed to make it to the halfway mark. Bonus is converted. And after the heavy investments that is necessary, they still have 5 more to go.
This almost goes really badly, but because Baby Bay's so close to the front of the box, when X-Ross sends a flash over, he doesn't get hit by it at all. He's able to bail out the players behind him that X-Ross is trying to swing on. That really saves the round there for G2. Nice little individual moment I want to point out from Baby Bay. But really a nice collective effort there for G2. Send out a deep smoke, deep dart. They're really trying to make it look like they're going to go A again against the Eco. This time, Nongshim had already kind of thought the same thing. They're just going to keep scaling forward off that drone. There will be that trip there that Baby Bay going to be guarding.
Trying to get the adjustment. Won't be able to find the second kill, but does get a ton of damage. RB worked down to 20, tucked into the corner. Now G2 widely getting forced away, but Tripwire will further intercept. X-Ross pinned to the corner, will be found. All the cheeky little attempts here from Nongshim widely getting dispatched. G2 get cool, calm, and collected for now.
Juggling the gun off the map. Don't want to let them pick that one up. Smart stuff from G2. Now, Nongshim just kind of spreads out a little bit. RB with only 20 out there.
35 seconds remaining. Let's start making a go of this. Ivy and Francis.
Should be okay.
Very nearby. Smoke over to the side. Recon has to be cleared. Curveball turned away from Francis. Instantaneous with that headshot. Now the spike on the floor. Francis claiming another 3! 15 seconds remaining. The reveal is there! And Francis gets the thrifty! Unbelievable!
That is outrageous. They know he's there. They get the confirm off the clear of the recon. And Francis just denies him. G2, you felt like maybe they were going to build some momentum. Francis just says no. Forget it. Unfreaking believable.
That's just astounding from him. 17-7-5. Chasing the heels of Downby now. As Baby Bay. Top of the Blade Storm, Jogamo just with that stinger. A quick reposition. And an abandon of a lobby, but a very good kill to be found for Leaf.
It's another early advantage for G2.
Well, the op knows that that's in play. As Cage going to be sent, spotted him out. Neural Theft going to be invested. Leaf wanted to try to capitalize, and Downby, he doesn't abandon the angle. He still ends up overstaying. Gets caught in G2. Right back into this. Shrugging off the previous round loss. Looking for that stability. Leaf is tearing them apart. Baby Bay finding RB. Francis now again. A 1v5 finds the first, but surely not. Maybe if he got a fadeaway lucky shot there, but been able to find the pings. Blazewall set up, just blocking his vision. They know exactly where he's gone. The options certainly limited. Wiley for Francis in this position. Could just try to pick them apart on the exits. Knows that they're not going to have that much money, so any more kills that he can get from here would certainly deal a bit of damage. G2 losing exactly who they can afford to in Baby Bay, given that he just had the knives. Footsteps heard, swing coming out, and he will be able to take one down with him. But all the key weaponry will be carried over. Just going to be that stinger lost.
Okay. Able to bounce back nicely. Thought for a moment maybe Francis had gotten the nails firmly into the coffin, but Leaf had a...
Danby's doing.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Whatever. Danby, sometimes he giveth, sometimes he taketh. As good as he is. Again, the sniping can be good, but it still feels like he's getting a feel for it in the big picture. But this time, it's going to be Baby Bay with that op. Just went for the peak angle, just hoping somebody was holding it, and actually Danby had flanked out a little wide. So, not going to be taken down by a quick flick from Baby Bay.
A very quick pivot, though. Danby immediately being sent over towards Garage.
They've got full control of Long A with Francis.
Window going to be smoked off. As Dogamo shut down to the all. Danby siding across. Still is going to be able to find the finisher as well as X-Ross gets an elimination, but Leaf again. Trying to be the one to bear the weight, the burden on his shoulders. Jump spot over the top, and Francis is able to find Balin as Leaf will fall. Trent suddenly, the last one remaining in this round, he knows where Ivy's at. Spotting there. The coattails brings it into a 1v1. Not on the angle, but does Francis move at all? He has not heard a damn thing. He goes for the peek, and now he's the one situated as Trent has to peek into him. 35 seconds remaining. Trent just keeping it quiet. The rotation over to B. It's just leaning in this direction, but maybe contemplating that it's going to be A, but they might just be meeting.
Oh my God.
As Francis, he's full sprinting it, and Trent in pole position gets the clutch. Once again, denying Nongshim RedForce from getting up to map point.
Yeah, it's a great play from Trent. Huge. He had a rough start to this map, but he's making up for it now. it looked like, again, with this chaos inside of the garage, but Leaf goes huge. Another 3K for him again. I am a little bit concerned that Ivy tries to challenge that fight there. If he had waited just a bit longer for Francis to come through, could have had the 2v1 trade.
Oh, drone's gonna be going out, the overdrive's gonna be popped, and Dami's able to find one, but Extros on the back end! He finds Jogamo, he finds Baby Bay.
I know exactly.
As they are looking to get this done again in a thrifty fashion. The ping reveal, the swing of the corner, Valen gonna be good for one, spots out RB. He's trying to separate them, but he just cannot make it happen. Spike now on the floor. And it all comes down to Leaf, a cage even popped, he'll have to wait that out. Flush against the wall. High-low split. Sees where they're both at, but can do nothing about it. Francis on the flank will lock it up. The thrifty confirmed, as well as match point for Nongshim.
There's that Nongshim special where they just get ultra aggressive off the barrier drop. They want to catch you out. And look at that. Relay bolt, paranoia. Beautiful paranoia from RB. Catches 3 players with it. Absolutely incredible. Tease them up. Downby and X-Ross doing exactly what you want out of those duelists. This is it. 5 in a row for G2. If they're going to get this to overtime, otherwise their EWC lives are over.
The 3 ults to try to work with. An incorrect gamble stack here from Nongshim.
Going up.
Jogamo just making some noise. Clears that trip over at Garage. But the lion's share of G2 creeping their way through sewer. Ready to strike onto this A site where it's just Francis. Got a trail of trips as well. One now going to be cleared out. It's Jogamo. Oh, he thought he confirmed the kill. He thought he confirmed it. Ends up putting the weapon away. Flash going to be going in, but it's going to be RB just holding down M1. Comes away with that elimination. It's an immense amount of damage dealt, but is that going to be good enough? The forces gathering. Trent towards sewer, and all right, Baby Bay will be able to finish the job. That jaw had started. Paranoia going to be going in, but Francis wins the fight. Baby Bay eliminated. Valen now dead. It's a 3v2. Leaf, no corpses to work with, no way to get that neural depth invested. Hunter's Fury going to be going in. RB, you can't body block that, son. Trent might have just saved them. The push forward, and Leaf has it with a stinger. G2, not done yet.
Oh boy. Okay, finally it's G2's turn. Kind of take a round that felt like maybe they were in the disadvantageous position. You know, they lose Jog early. Okay, Baby Bay gets one, but then all of a sudden in this drop down out of heaven, they get 2. But that Hunter's Fury clutch. Here we go. 4 now is the magic number for G2 just to stay alive. This is going to be a weaker buy. A couple sheriffs there for Nongshim. He's again just getting aggressive. I think this is going to be their MO here for a couple rounds to see if they can just have a trap that G2 falls into at the beginning. G2, though, once again, going to be quick scaling in towards C, even TP from Valen.
Leaf intercepting, but he's not ready for that second layer, even though Ivy was the one that he had originally spotted with the cam. Weapon to be collected. Now full rifles in the hands of Nongshim. But how do they look to pilot this? I mean, Jogamo, he's hearing him. It's just going to be curveball for curveball. They look to hold each other back. Molly now on the floor. Danby held at bay for now. Until they reach this position, Ivy, it's going to be a slow approach, a slow scale from him. Jogamo able to find the one before getting traded out. Now the run it back going to be committed, but Baby Bay quick denies that. Swing in, and Trent has 2 crisp shots, and Ivy now has to retreat. No further recourse. G2 still hanging in there. 3 more rounds to go to give us yet another overtime.
Got to be a timeout left for Nongshim.
I don't think they've used either on this map.
I
They've
don't
been in
think they
control the
have.
entire time.
I think you're right.
It was both committed into the first half by G2.
Yeah. I assumed they hadn't used them. Sometimes a little bit tough here, but this is crazy work from Trent. My goodness. Just so ready for that second peak. Yeah, there you go. First timeout from Nongshim. They've got 2 to work with. And a lot to talk about here. And you know, G2, just like Nongshim on their attacker side, seems unstoppable.
It's always a gamble, though. You're opening up that door again for Josh RT to start getting back in, reconnecting with Valen. Giving him some more ideas on how to keep this going.
Well, I think the G2 camp, my assumption is that they're going to be a little bit slow at the beginning of the rounds and then look for that opening that Nongshim's been giving them. So is Nongshim, is that going to be what, you know, Silkanon is talking about here? Like, let's see if we can use that against them by being a little bit defaulty, being really quick with the flanks. You know, don't be afraid to clear some of that Cypher util early if you get in deep and put some question marks into G2's heads. At least make them have to consider some of what's going on the map, potentially. Leaf and Jogamo sitting on their alts. RB does have the from the shadows. Francis a couple away from another Hunter's Fury. They're going absolutely crazy in some of these rounds. He's been keeping Nongshim in this thing, to be frank. That round, that share of 4K, that one may be the one we're looking at as the reason Nongshim gets into playoffs.
Fishing shot off the cam initially. Ivy not going to be seeing much of anything quite just yet. Blazeball going to be situated, and Dambi able to snap back the ult. Jogamo denied for now. TP over, RB joining it back plat. And it seems like G2 still want to try to shove this one forward onto the site, and they're winning out the fight decently well. As Francis now in a position where he once again has to try to clutch. The 1v2 versus Valen and Trent to try to bring this series to its end. Just has to slow creep now. Hearing the tap, knows that they're still situated on C.
Just got his recon back.
Does he send it? Does he give away his angle of approach?
Right.
Backside plant. Trying to check which angle, but tag to 5 immediately. Trent
That's a save.
gives him the chance to just simply walk away.
Not going to.
He's going to get caught with util. Trent will have it. Another 3K, another round for G2. The timeout shrugged off. Suddenly, it's just 2 rounds separating us from back-to-back overtimes.
I mean, the big thing here right now is the economy for Nongshim. Not good. Not great. So that means, you know, you would think that this is going to go to 12-11, and Nongshim's only going to have one more real full buy shot at this.
And this time, you do not have that overdrive.
No. Not even close.
You do have Francis with a sheriff. Well, that is
yeah,
terrifying.
That's GG.
Just a classic for RB. Check down towards Sewer. Drone over the top, getting the spot out. Quick backpedal. Recon will fly. He's still going to be good for 1 at least.
My God.
Sends out the recon. Reveal onto 1. Francis, you can't be doing it again. Flash to the corner. Some spray there from Valen, but RB, he's recovered the Phantom, and suddenly it is just Trent left standing, and not for long. Nongshim, get it over the line in a thrifty fashion. 13-10. Overtime denied. G2 denied.
What an absolute banger. These 2 teams fought tooth and nail for this. You have to be so impressed with them. The Nongshim players, that was a grind. It was grueling, but they get there. My heart breaks for G2. They come so close.
It's another early exit.